Hey guys,
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Where's your screen at?
I'm going to share my screen now.
Get it popping.
All right, guys.
Boom,
So we are starting with a blank canvas today. I'm going to draw a blank canvas. Actually, let's give a few minutes to see who joins us. So I do have a premise for today's drawing, but I also don't have a thought process for today's drawing. So I've been looking at reference and getting ideas down, and I figured this would be a great time for me to kind of sit and share my thought process with you guys, or work with you guys and figure out where we want to take this. So what I need to draw is the Grimoire for the Battle Bunnies universe, and that's essentially the book that holds, it's the magical book that holds all the history and knowledge of the Battle Bunnies universe, right? So now I need a book, and so the interesting part is a lot of you guys are going to see me kind of work through the process, maybe some thumbnails of what we want this book to look like, the perspective of the book. You know, I haven't really thought.
Before you start that, let's just kind of introduce
Go ahead, introduce
what we're
Krista.
doing. So this is the Battle Bunnies NFT project. We are launching next month, and it's going to be 5,000 unique NFTs, over 400 different traits that they can have, from wings to weapons to helmets. And I'm Frank's wife. We're doing this together, all the artwork together. We have a huge team behind us of creative
Minds and talents, creative minds and talents. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah, very experienced people bringing all this together. And so we need an image of the Grimoire, which is the book of knowledge that all the Battle Bunny knowledge is stored in. So Frank's going to be drawing that today. You want to show them your reference really fast?
Yeah.
Throw it on the screen real quick. Give them an idea of what.
So here's some cool ideas I found of cool books and stuff that's been done in the past. And
I found them.
Krista found them and looked through them and put this together. So just for some inspiration and ideas and thoughts of where we want to take it. So really what I have to figure is, how do we best illustrate the Battle Bunnies' history and knowledge in this book? Which traits are most important? You know, there's the Vikings, the pirates, there's all these different classes. There's the lands that we started developing, magical waters of Imaginook and the falls that they run through. There's so many things, I guess, that I feel like could really define this book, and I haven't truly decided which one I want to use to do that.
The other cool thing about this book is that if you are a Battle Bunny holder, if you get one of the NFTs and you have a Battle Bunny, you're going to be able to add your story to the book. Your personal story of your Battle Bunny is going to go in here. So it's going to be like this huge index of all the Battle Bunnies, and we've already started on the storylines, on the backstory, the history of the bunnies. We're putting together a Git book for you guys to start reading the Grimoire.
What is Git book?
You can explain that better than I can.
So Git book is almost like a wiki. Essentially, it's all the information, all the stories, even about the project, the roadmap for the project, how to mint, all the information to the project will be stored in this, as she called it, Git book, which is the website. But it's essentially this almost like wiki for the Battles Bunnies, and we've been working on it and developing it as a team. Everybody here has been adding to it and really helping to make it special in that sense, to answer all questions, to help people kind of delve into the world and the universe of the Battle Bunnies. So I'm looking at this book now, and there's a lot of different things I could think about with this perspective. Is this a perspective I kind of want to go in? I don't know. Let's try another one. And this is my thought process. Sometimes we sit down, we already know what we're going to draw, and we just go right at it. In this instance, I'm not sure what which kind of perspective I want. So this is the process that most people never see is around for is my thought process. Do we want to see more of the top of the book like this? Kind of put it in this perspective. You know, I talk to myself a lot and
That might be cool.
work through this a lot in my own head. So, well, actually, I talk out loud to myself. So it's not really in my own head, it's just to myself.
I do like that, but yeah. I just wonder if you could turn it like clockwise so you see a little bit of the spine.
Turn it.
You know what I mean?
Okay, let's see. So
I like that you can see the front more.
I'll turn it
I
clockwise.
also like seeing the spine, but I think you could do some cool stuff with that.
Okay.
I'm so excited for this. I've been waiting for you to draw this. It's gonna be so cool. And how many pages are in there?
1,000,000 pages.
It's gonna be a lot to hold all that information.
It's magical. So it's not like, every time they need to add a page, one just appears. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. Maybe over time it gets like fatter and fatter.
Yeah. Or maybe it always stays the same size. So you could carry it around if they need to, but the pages are
Yeah,
endless.
it's like Mary Poppins' bag.
Right. So let's see. If we have this
Yeah, I'm digging that.
perspective here, and we would need a sun that would attach here. Oh, I didn't realize I attached this to this one. It's great. Let's get this one out of here.
I want to mention too, if you guys aren't in our Discord yet, definitely join us there. That's where you're gonna be able to get all the information on the project, how to mint, how to get an NFT, what NFTs are. Anything you want to know about Battle Bunnies is going to be in the Discord, and we're all in there all day, every day, so we can talk to you one-on-one, help you with the process, all that stuff.
Top of this, and you only see part of the spine. Maybe something like that. Hides and the spine sits in between this here. So many cool thoughts on this, on what to do with this. Do I want to add almost like there's the tree of life? Do I want to add some
And if you have any questions at all about NFTs, about what we're doing, about anything like that, throw them in the comments right now during this live at any time, and we'll answer them right on the spot for you.
Whatever we can, anyway. Otherwise, we might have to bring in some specialists.
That's all right. We got people on deck.
Yeah.
Melly said hi.
Hey, Melly. What's up, buddy? don't know. Do we want vines on this? What do we want the spine to be made out of? We want some kind of.
I'm just thinking like natural elements, right? Like,
But I like, some metal elements to it too, like the weapons,
right.
kind of.
We mainly have Vikings and Valkyries, so I think that should be maybe the.
But it's all the land, right? Is it just the battle bunnies? Is it? It's the history of the land. So.
Have you figured out the main?
Nope. No, I haven't figured out anything. That's the beauty of this. Going to work with you guys through all of this. You know what? Since we're I guess we kind of locked down this perspective somehow.
And we have a Ethereum question. I don't know if we can't answer it. We can get Chris to come on, but why did you guys choose the E-chain and not Sol?
Well, that's a good question. Now, Chris is our tech guy. He's our smart contract writer and the one who's handling all the generation of the NFTs and everything. Yeah, we might be able to get him in because he'll understand better, and he kind of had to explain that to me too. We left that up to him to kind of make that decision, and I believe it had a lot to do with the market that's available on the Ethereum network versus like Sol or Poly. But that's part of what I am surmising from that. I don't even like that right there in the center. That doesn't work for me. How about here off to the edge? Maybe we just something like that off the side there. And a different line. I don't want that one there. I don't like that. There's a feather that goes through also.
Okay, I'm inviting him in, so hang out 2 minutes and we'll get
Yep, and we'll get you to your questions. See, look, that's what we do for the community. We make sure that people feel like we're always here to answer their question. And if one of us don't know, somebody else on our team does have the answers for you.
Melly said it's book 1 of the anthology.
Could be book 1. There could be multiple volumes of the Grimoire.
This is the OG.
This is the OG version.
And he said the Elder Bunnies made this book.
The Elder Bunnies, okay. What if there's
That's what I feel like. I feel like it's been around for a while.
I got an idea.
Pretty worn out. But it's magical at the same time.
I have an idea. What if in the center of this some kind of portal? Do some kind of magical portal right in the center of the Grimoire. Thought about putting the Battle Bunnies logo in the center. I had so many thoughts for what I wanted to do. There's so many cool things here. I want these edges to be kind of spiky. I know people are like looking and it's like, what is this mess you got going on here? But this really is my thought process. I tend to make a mess when I draw. Unless we can't even see what the hell lines I'm putting here.
There's a method to the madness.
There is.
Melly said made by the Valkyries, of course.
No, that's not how it works, Melly. It's not how
I like it.
You can't just come in here and start
Okay, we got Chris, so I'm going to bring him on. And we're going to answer that question.
just come in. Hey, Chris.
Okay, we got Chris.
Hey, guys.
Are you still with us, Bobby?
We got some feedback.
Yeah, sorry, that was on my side. I was catching some of the stream. Don't tell anybody.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So I turned off my my screen. So the question is, why did we choose ETH over Sol, Polygon, Cardano? Tezos is gaining like traction on some NFTs. The reality is ETH is the spot where most NFTs are transacted. Like, I would say that's primarily what people have in their wallet is ETH. And the space itself has really grown more around ETH. Now, the risks are that ETH kind of can move and you have to, pay certain gas fees, where Polygon, Sol, they're controlled by, singular entities. The biggest thing for us is that this is fully decentralized. No one entity. It's Ethereum. It's more holistic to the blockchain, I guess, is my opinion. And also, I just think that this is it's so new to the space that if you can be in ETH, I think that's just a good time to jump in on ETH. But yeah, there's Solana NFTs, there's Polygon NFTs. I would say the only difference with Solana too is that you can't be on OpenSea right now. Now the word on the street is Solana is coming to OpenSea at some point, but right now I would say OpenSea and Coinbase, when they release their NFT space, those are kind of the marketplaces you want to be in, and so that kind of limits you to Ethereum or Polygon.
Awesome.
Thank you for that.
Thank you guys.
You may commence teching. Or you can hang out a little while.
I'll hang out with you just a little bit. I want to watch some drawing as always.
Bob Ross.
Yeah, I'll jump off before John messages. Really.
Sure, before John catches you on here with us.
Before Mike or John see that I'm in here, not doing techie stuff.
Unfortunately, John and Mike already know.
Well,
You can't hide.
I promise you guys I'll jump off here in a minute.
Bobby said, "Makes sense, thanks." So there we go. I'm glad we got that.
You're very welcome, Bobby. Glad Chris could answer that question for you.
Because Frank and I have ideas, but when it comes to the tech stuff, yeah, we don't know exactly.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I really tried to give you an educated answer on that one. I honestly would just be making shit up.
Yeah,
And,
I think at some point we do hope to be on different blockchains, right? One of our
Yes.
drops will be on Polygon. So that's the hope, is that the Battle Bunnies will come to all blockchains. But I think for initially, and just kind of where a lot of the focus right now is in Ether. Although the other markets are up for me.
So Battle Bunny's going to battle on the blockchain, Chris?
All the blockchains, my friend. All the blockchains.
All the blockchains?
Okay, we got another question from Bobby.
Shoot, Bobby, shoot.
Who created the storyline of the Battle Bunnies? Will it be co-created with the community?
A little from column A, a little from column B. So I guess the initial story came from me, and it was kind of then became somewhat of a collective effort of us talking about it and ideas, throwing ideas around, and kind of giving the other ideas of where we could run with it. Then there was just elements that we added where we had everybody create their own Battle Bunny avatar, and we started just building a little story about those avatars and tying them into the world. So really utilizing the personalities of the team to create these Battle Bunny avatars.
Like central characters. Right?
Yeah, essentially central characters to the story. And
But
stuff.
it will be co-created as we go now.
Yes, exactly. And then the idea was to make this kind of a community effort to help build the world and create the rest of the Battle Bunnies universe with the community.
We're going to be introducing a DAO.
Yes, and the DAO itself will allow those holders to then kind of vote on where we take the story and certain elements, and all within reason. Honestly, Bobby, it's like just, if somebody has this idea, this wild idea, and doesn't really fit with the universe, well, then that's kind of out of the element. We want to make sure that it stays cohesive with the story and with everything we're all trying to build here. But we do want to be able to bring in the wonderful ideas that the community has, just kind of like we did with the traits. A couple of those traits that I drew live here came from the community, and they're great ideas.
Awesome. Yeah.
I also think a lot of the story, like I kind of just think about what's going on. And I've spent many years reading fantasy and sci-fi, many years playing D&D, and WoW RPG games like World of Warcraft, and old school games like Baldur's Gate, which also once again has to do with D&D. And so that's really just inspired a lot in this story too, and it's kind of where I pull these ideas from, or draw inspiration from.
Hey Frank, on the Grimoire, would it be possible to, because you see how it's on the reference, some of the books have like little objects coming out of the book?
Yeah, anything's possible.
Could we do a little rabbit split?
Maybe we could, yeah. Maybe we could have somehow, let's see.
I gotta throw in
I don't honestly know if this is going to wind up being the one. I'm just playing with shapes right now and building to kind of see what I like. I have no idea if I really like this or not, honestly, right now. I'm just building the book shape.
Yeah, Melly said or a Valkyrie feather. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I saw one with a feather, and I thought, you see, I have a feather kind of here, and I was like, kind of,
yeah, it'd be cool to have like one element from each of the classes or something.
maybe.
Bobby said, will there be Battle Bunny merchandise? Of course there will
Oh,
be.
hell yeah, Bobby.
We're actually working on a little something right now.
Yes, sir.
And that will be exclusive to Battle Bunny holders.
Yes, so the store and all the merch will be exclusive to Battle Bunnies holders. Also, what ran through my head today, and I've been honestly dreaming about and talking about for years, is creating collectible figures or toys. Not so much toys. I've always been into collectible figures, and I like the vinyls. Not so much the pop style, but I like that style as well. But that whole concept, and I really do want to do collector's editions of the Battle Bunnies, possibly the classes, possibly collector's sets. So that's all kind of gone through my head with all of this.
Yeah, and tell us what you want to see. Like, tell us what you want. Do you want shirts? Do you want hoodies? Go, tell us here in the comments or on our Instagram or Discord, wherever you're following us. Throw it in the comments. What kind of merch do you want to see?
Oh, and we are absolutely making the world's best Viking coffee mug. I've been on that shit since day one.
I know, I'm so excited.
That is happening. It's going to say world's best Viking and then have the logo on the other side. But our community really just started growing and building around drinking coffee together every morning and talking about the project and just getting to know each other. And it's been amazing. So those coffee mugs need to exist. So I don't like the perspective of that, so a lot of that's going to have to change as I figure that one out. Or we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I think it should be a little fatter.
Fatter? Like fatter?
Overall.
Like
more chunky.
More chunky? More chunky? Move this down. More chunky like that.
So hold all that data.
Metadata?
Metadata.
Sometimes a bigger pencil will help too. I want to do something cool with the spine since we have it here. Oh no, you're on the right. Look, I switched to a pen, not even the right pencil. Let's get back to the pencil here. I really want to create some kind of cool portal here, like swirling portal. And this
Okay.
magical, glowing portal.
We're all about some portals.
Yeah, I want to put a portal in there. Maybe you don't even open the book. You just stick your head in the portal and it takes you to whatever page you're reading. See, that's how the story gets written, Bobby. I just kind of say stupid things, and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. That's what's going to happen. So now, all of a sudden, if you wonder why people have to stick their head in this portal in the center of the book to read the book, it's like, oh, I know. Frank was just rambling about that shit. Right.
Bobby said, I would totally buy BB figures, phone cases, and hoodies. Phone cases are a great idea. That would be
Yeah, phone cases would be awesome. My wonder always about the phone case was there's like a million cajillion phones out there. So
phones,
yeah, so it's like which ones do you make, and then
I'm sure we can find a company that does all of them, and
yeah.
you make one piece of artwork, and they can make it fit on all the different cases or something.
Oh, you mean like right, and then right. So then you pick. The other thing would be
I'm
great.
sure
is-
Mike can figure that out for us.
Yes. Oh, you know what I want to talk about, honestly, is yesterday. Me and Krista, well, now we both have Oculus. The Oculuses, I don't know, is it
Oculi?
Oculi, right? And what is the word for multiple Oculuses? Critical, right? So, and John and Mike, who are members of our team, took us on a tour through the VR metaverse world to show us what is possible with the Battle Bunnies universe. And this is all for research purposes. We were not playing games. I know for those who think we just got an Oculus to play games, we literally got to explore these worlds and the ideas that ran through my head of what we can do now and create for this Battle Bunnies universe and for all the holders and the people who are part of this is insane. And I didn't truly understand until they took us on a tour last night through everything. And now my mind's been blown and exploding with stuff.
Ditto.
I don't know what's going on here. Well, I do. Like kind of putting all these little spiky things here. I don't know why. Why am I putting spiky things there? No, all right, we're building shape. Really, that's what I'm doing. I'm building shapes and trying to figure out perspective of what we got going on here. Let's build a little bit of this spine too. I'll show you sometimes, man, I'll draw 10 layers of sketching just to get down to one.
Yeah, because you got to get out those first ideas they're kind of generic sometimes. Get warmed up.
And for those wondering, that's exactly why I don't draw marker my tattoos on. A lot of people always ask, well, do you just marker or draw? So now these crosses are just for me to kind of find better center points on the book and make sure my perspectives are going in the correct direction. We should pull this way and pull this way. Maybe we pull it this way. No, that's too
needs something. I'm gonna see what she needs.
See what Manda needs. I should be working on my other job too, which is running the shops. But we got that covered. Okay, so there's this, right? I almost feel like we could pull this out a little bit more.
And Bobby said that's how the best stories are written when you were talking earlier about how you just
I just throw random
go off.
word vomit out. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm. But you're right, Bobby. You're right. I think that's where a lot of this came about too. And then I was just talking with other people in the community or on the team, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, that's a brilliant idea! So what if we just turn it into this, or make it this, or?" Valkyrie feathers, rabbits, but like you can't put a million things in here. I want to incorporate some nature through here too. What if we kind of put some tree vines around and form these ridges with like
And Lehio said, "Hey guys, just finished dinner. Glad I found you."
Glad you're here. Always happy to see you, sir.
We're glad we can be found.
All right, what if we vines, and then maybe some vines that come out here. I don't know. I really want to bring some nature elements into this while also maybe something's coming out. Oh, maybe nature is growing out of the portal, right? From this center portal, growing out of the portal, which means that this, if that's the perspective, that's going to have to be the portal. Do shimmering portal. Shimmering portal, there we go. That kind of probably looks like something I shouldn't be drawing on this live stream. All right, we can't do rabbit's foot and Valkyrie's feather and this and that. Like we gotta kind of.
Well, if you have the feather up top, that's fine.
No, well, that's the feather up top, and then this is the stem of the feather that's going to come out here.
It's just something with a bunny somewhere.
Well, I was going to put this, the lock, the little clip, the Battle Bunny shield. I'm going to do that, so that's going to be there. You might actually see this. We'll also be doing this tomorrow afternoon, guys, just so you know, because I know I will not finish this tonight. Because you remember, if any of you joined us for that Bunny Hearth mother tree that I drew for the project, that actually became now a huge part of the story and a part of the land that we were building. But for those that don't know, I was recording that all on Clip Studio, so that's how we were able to post the kind of timeline of it being drawn, but the full video is 14 hours. Which means that, and that's just recording the actual touch time of me on the screen drawing. So, which means that doesn't account for the hour or two of thought process that I sit back like this, stare at it, wonder, think, go back in. It doesn't account for any of that. So I would say it probably took me about a good 16 hours, right? To, actually, I'm going to stay on this layer, on this light layer.
I'll be back in comments. John to go.
Oh, John, welcome. So that Bunny Hearth mother tree there took me approximately a full 16 hours to do from start to finish. So something like this, as much as I would love for you guys to be able to sit with me through the start and finish them quick for you, they just don't. You know, I really like to take my time and have it turn out to be exactly what I wanted to, or as best that I could possibly illustrate my thoughts or my visions for this. And honestly, one of the great things you're seeing about this is that I don't have a vision for this book. I didn't come in here with a vision or a thought of exactly what this book was going to look like. I kind of just wanted to sit here with you guys, talk, hang out, and start to create it. And if we're hanging out and somebody has a good idea, throw it at me. If it works, I'll try to make it a part of the book. I do want to mix metal and nature, right? And some natural elements. I don't like this spike here, but what I do really love this corner that we got going on right here. I feel like this nice fat metal corner that we have, where we could create like something like that.
Whoa, look at that, man. Front
Who's
row
that?
seat.
Mike, hey, what's going on?
What's up, Frank?
Just drawing away. Chris was not in here hanging out watching me draw.
He was not. I heard he was, man. I had
He
to
was
come
not.
had to come and make sure.
Yeah, I know. We told him, he's like, they already know. I said, I'll cover for you, buddy. I got your back.
Teamwork.
Yes.
Teamwork. Ah, it's coming along good, man.
Thank you. As I was telling the viewers, I have absolutely no idea what I want this book to look like, and that is the beauty of some of the stuff that I draw. I go in with, no idea. I just know what I have to do. I look at reference and get ideas and start to kind of create a story for the book. Like the book's going to tell its own story, and it's going to kind of just come to me as I draw and play with these interesting shapes. So, but I did decide that I want a portal, Mike. I want the front of the book to have this cool swirling portal.
Awesome.
Like this magical portal on the front of the Grimoire.
I think it's going to look great, man. It's going to be such an important element to this world as well. It's going to really tell the story. And you know, correlating with the way that you describe the way you draw these things out, where you don't know what it's going to really be, and you just kind of let it ride. I mean, that's really this entire story too, right?
Yes.
Anybody that gets involved is going to have their opportunity to add content, add their little piece to this puzzle, and you know, really just create the world alongside with us, which really makes this a very unique process.
Yeah, I love it. Some of the best ideas come from the community and everybody we've been talking to and getting to meet. So this circle here is just going to be a placeholder for the Battle Bunnies shield, logo. Yeah, it's been such an exciting journey because, you know, sometimes people have everything all planned out, or, you know, they're creating a project and they just kind of know exactly where they want it to go, or whatever. And, you know, like I came into this with a vision, but it's developed into so much more, just as more and more people join the community and more people join the team and really start to get excited and throw out their ideas and their visions for what this could turn into. And it's bigger and more amazing than I ever thought possible, dude. I gotta say.
Look, here's the reality, man. We're in a sprint to the start line. You know, this is only the beginning here, and that's what really is the real exciting part about this. I mean, the opportunities are endless. We got some super amazing, like really fun stuff planned with this. You know, I guess the most important thing is to just get involved, get yourself into that Discord, join that community, and be a part of it. I mean, right now we're kind of making you pick sides here. You know, I'm Team Pirates. Frank, what are you? Your team? I'm
not. Well, yeah, I just stick with Narf, man, and Narf is a Viking. So yeah.
Narf the Viking. But
yes.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, he was a Viking at one time. I think he forgot what he is or who he was. He has no clue anymore. He's just mad.
He's gone mad.
He's gone mad.
So, is there a reason why? Do we know why? Are we allowed to know why? What happened to Narf?
We do know why. Well, years ago, he needed an exploration team for King Harold, who rules over Imaginuke Falls. He was a goodly king of the Vikings, and Narf at the time led an exploration. They would explore the lands for King Harold, looking for resources, other civilizations that they could help, or just, you know, exploring the lands for their king. And one day they entered this labyrinthine forest, which at the time they did not know was the forest of Delirium. And they got lost in there and in the maze, and a little slowly and over time they slowly started to lose their minds and go mad, and have been there ever since. And now they just think they belong there and that's their home. So that's all we know. Nobody knows really what causes it or why people go mad when they go in there. That we have not figured out yet, but we will.
I mean, I guess it's all in the name, right? Delirium.
It's you got crazy. That those two dots. I got to figure out how to use that on it's an umlaut, right? I got to figure out how to do that on an actual keyboard. I'm tired of because I could do it on my phone, and then I got to copy it on my phone, paste it into a document on the Google Drive, and then open up the Google Drive, and then copy and paste it into a document on my desktop, because I don't know how to get those weird characters on the. So if anybody knows how to do that, I would really appreciate it.
Yeah, you might have to download another keyboard.
Like a special keyboard that just has umlauts on it or some shit.
Yep, they're just a special character keyboard.
Okay. All right.
We'll work it out. We're all about solving problems here.
Yeah, dude, you guys are, man. You guys are truly amazing.
Nah, this is what it's all about, Frank. I mean, you know, honestly, since jumping on with this project, it's really the art that is defining this entire premise here. The story is great. The story is unique in the sense that everybody's going to have their opportunity to create their own version of it. But I've yet to see one conversation that hasn't started with respect to the art. and it's exciting. It's exciting to be front and center and watch you do this like from scratch. I mean, the tree you did last segment was amazing. This
Thank you,
is
Mike.
going to turn out great as well, and it's just this is again a piece of a massive puzzle that doesn't have a defined amount of pieces. So that's what I'm really excited about myself.
Me too, because everybody's like always says I'm so excited to see how this turns out or where it comes. I am too, because I have no idea where this is going to go. It's just like it just keeps growing. I never, like when we started this project a few months ago, it was just an NFT project, and then I wanted to do this great art for people, and we wanted to add utility and build a community. But never for the life of me would I thought, having you guys on board and like this amazing team and all that, to realize that it would turn into this. So I'm just as excited as everybody else to see where this is going and what could come from this.
So talk to me about like what do you think of when you just start putting pen to screen there? Like, how do you determine the shapes of where things are going to end up on the binder, on the pages? Like, what you've done in that corner is amazing. Does that just flow out, or do you kind of plan that before you attack that section?
There's no plan. So, and that's what I was saying. No, sometimes there is a plan, right? Sometimes I visualize it in my head. But for a while now, since I knew I had to draw this grimoire, I've been thinking about it. Chris had pulled a bunch of reference of showing me some cool books that have been done in the past, just to give me some ideas. But I truly had no... it's so hard for me to visualize this one because there's so many elements that I want to add. And I know you joined us recently, but if you look where I started originally, let me see, I had this little book. I was trying to figure out a direction that we were going to go in, right? Oh, that's the wrong thing. So I said, do we want to do this perspective? And I put it up there. And really, I was just trying to figure out what perspective we were going to put the book. And we had another one. I was doing this. And then over here, and then Krista was like, oh, I like that perspective where you see more at the top of the book, but I want to see more of the spine too. So can you flip it? So I said, okay. So I started working in this direction. And this is where it started. We started working here. And I just started putting shapes, but I really had no idea. And this is about 2 layers worth more of sketching, even though it's only one layer. That I just start. I know I want vines to go through. I want vines to wrap around the book. But when you ask me about shapes, no, I kind of scribble. I like, I call this is vines here. I want vines swirling, and that's what I do. I just start to throw lines around where I want things to come from and go, and then I'll start to piece it together and see how what to me looks right or makes sense. So now that we just made all these, and I'll do that to people when I'm drawing with other artists or trying to help them with their artwork, and I'll be like, look, this is imagine this is vines and this is going around, and they're like, you're just scribbling all over my paper. And I'm like, no, those are vines, you see, they're vines. And they just look at me like I'm crazy, but no, they really are vines, and they eventually will turn into them. I just don't know the shape yet that I want to create with them. But I want to create this flow and movement, even in something as simple as a book. I kind of want to have this animated feel to. I want it to have a lot of movement. Even though it's an inanimate object, I want it to have a life of its own, right? It should, if it wanted to, and say there wasn't a portal here, but all of a sudden there was eyes or a face, say, appeared here, right? It would have a personality, it would have a character. So how do you give inanimate objects personality without having to give them a face for expression? And so I think about that a lot too. So I guess the answer to, I don't even remember the question, Mike. I just ran off on a tangent, dude.
That was the answer. You nailed it.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about this book for a second as it relates to the storyline that we now know. So I know, I overheard Krista mention earlier with respect to the elders, and so where exactly is this book being housed, protected? Is there some sort of a security measure in place? Is this a sought after book? Talk to me a little bit about that.
You know what? So I explained in the beginning that the book holds all the knowledge of the Bunnies universe, right? It's the history. It's just a magical knowledge of this whole universe and land. So that I know is what the Grimoire is, right? I know it's going to hold all the heroes and the tales of heroes and legends throughout the world, enemies, whether they're good, bad, just holds. It's like the book of knowledge for the land. So that we got that premise. Now you brought up a very good question. Where is this book housed? I had not thought about that yet, but what I think seems most fitting is that maybe the Council of Elders that hold their council in the Bunny Heart Tree, that does go deep underground when you go in there, almost like a burrow. I'm thinking that this is held in the vaults or something along those lines of the Mother Tree. What do you think of that?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I think that tree is ultimately going to be sort of HQ for what this world is really trying to protect as part of its history and its tradition. And there's a ton of different ways to go around that. And the portal idea I like too, because it adds an element of suspense and just gives the book some life. I mean, who knows what that portal can ultimately turn into in the wrong hands, in the right hands. I mean, it could build a personality based on whoever has possession of it.
Exactly. I like that. That's true. We don't, and that's maybe just like the waters, everybody's after this Grimoire. That's why they want Imagineuk Falls so bad, because it holds not just the control of the magical waters of the land, but it also holds the magical Grimoire.
Sure. And, we were popping around in the VR space last night and, discussing some opportunities with that. I mean, that's a great bridge to what you're building here with respect to hopping in and out of portals to go to different worlds. And I say hopping as pun intended.
Yes. And that's funny. Right before you came in, I was talking about how you and John took us on a tour through this amazing world in VR that I had no idea existed, and the possibilities, the realm of possibilities that it opened up was staggering, and really just gave me so much more of an idea of what we can possibly do with everything.
Yeah, it's just it puts a reality perspective into this world that's beyond an NFT or even the art. It complements the art with a real life experience that people can have in that VR space, which is going to be a whole different level of this project. And we're excited to get that process in motion. Once things are a little bit more sustained with that, we'll make some pretty exciting announcements. But imagine a world where you can jump in as your NFT battle bunny.
Dude, that's what I was talking last night too. I was like, how can we allow people to come in here as their avatar? Their NFT unlocks their battle bunny, or not even just a battle bunny, the samurai squirrel, or their mouse, or whatever class or species, or I guess they're classes, and I guess species essentially would be like a race in an RPG, right? Where you have elves, dwarves, trolls, all of that. Those will really constitute races. But I guess in the animal kingdom, we're going to call them species, right? Because that's kind of what exists in the animal kingdom. So I guess it would turn into like species and classes for this whole thing. But no matter what you are, you can enter the Battle Bunnies universe in VR and see yourself as your avatar.
Crazy. Definitely a whole different view to look at an NFT project.
Yeah, I swear at this point I feel like Narf the Mad should be the one writing the Grimoire, because half this shit sounds insane.
All great ideas sounded insane at first, right?
That's true.
I mean, imagine the guy who invented the telephone. Like this guy had to convince somebody that I'm going to stand in this house and I'm going to talk to you in that house over there, and we're not going to be next to each other. You think that guy wasn't called crazy?
Yeah, that's true. And look, how many years ago was that? Because I'm thinking, like, I remember when we were watching this time, people were talking about phones where you'll be able to, that was like so far in the future where you'll just be able to talk to each other and see each other while we talk. That was like some space age shit there. And right now we're literally walking into worlds and seeing ourselves in this 3D place. So You thought that was crazy too. It's all crazy, man. I can't even believe this shit's really happened, Mike.
Well, we're in a world where all your creative concepts, Krista's creative concepts, Chris's tech skills, all of these things, everything that we're bringing to the table from the business side of things, and all of it's becoming a reality. And it's really cool to see all of that come to fruition, right? Little computers in our pockets. That's just the beginning of all this, but what possibilities we're bringing to the table here, and really the unknown with that, as far as how deep down this rabbit hole we could take it. That's what keeps me up at night, man.
Me too, man. I think I was dreaming about the metaverse last night. I swear I was in the metaverse in my dreams last night.
So you got to bring them back to reality at some point with that, huh?
Why?
I know.
Why? I mean,
I don't know. My wife came in last night and yanked me out of here. So
yeah, I know.
I was having so much fun.
I know. Good. We were literally in the kayaks, hanging out under this giant moon, talking about the project and what's to come. I can't wait to tell everybody what's really to come. The hardest part for me is keeping my mouth shut.
Some things are best left unsaid.
Yeah, I know. I just get so excited.
Well, we're gonna be dripping things out. Got to stay in touch with the Discord. Got to keep engaging with the community. Figure out ways that you can stay on top of things, because I'm telling you, it's going to be that much more of a fun experience.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, is to get everybody into our Discord. See, I think I like having these more rounder curves and not so much these sharper hard edges. See, that's another thing. Like you're Xing out stuff, and I'm not sure. Like I think I want this to have softer edges. Sometimes put hard ones, I'm like, I don't like that. But I didn't really know that, this is just the way I want it. And it's just kind of more of what's aesthetically pleasing to me, or reads as something that I like.
So what are you doing here? You're just tracing out the elements that you're kind of giving a once over from the original draft, and just kind of giving it your own thumbs up to see how it looks a little darker?
Yeah, essentially, yes. I'm kind of just hashing out these like little elements a bit more, just to see if I really like them there, where they are. Once again, this will be the Battle Bunnies logo. I'm going to bring that shield in, warp it and flatten it. See, but like this is bothering me. I don't like how thick that is there. I really want it to have like this thick to thin kind of leather strap. So
what's going to be the locking mechanism on that?
It's going to be where it clips on to whatever's here holding it, and it's going to be this will be the Battle Bunnies the shield.
Oh, nice.
So so for me, this right here is it's a placeholder, right? So I won't draw in, but if I want to, it's like if I just to get a rough idea. Here's the swords, the weapons that stick out of like the shield that we know is on the Battle Bunny shield, and then there's a bunny with the ears and the two swords, right? So that's essentially like what I'm going to do, is create that logo. I think there's a bow down here and an axe or something, or sword. So that's kind of where that'll sit, and that'll be like the lock. And I think that's how I tie in the logo of all of it into this grimoire.
Nice.
But then something else could hit me while I'm doing this, and I'll be like, no, that's a better idea. And then we'll just change it from there. I don't know. So
since I'm Team Pirate, I want your thoughts on the storyline behind the pirates. Where you going with them, man? Like, tell me a little bit about my history here.
Well, actually, I think you had a very great idea behind Jackbeard. And giving that like kind of overall. Sorry, sometimes I'm like concentrating as I'm talking too, to make sure something's right. So it's not like I'm just ignoring you, but then I get a little distracted. And that overarching story of just one character, I think, is such a great way to do things. So really, the pirates, just so I guess everybody kind of understands, the pirates, the shaman, pirates, the shaman, the sorcerers, they were all Vikings at one point. They all spawned from the same bunny clan. Under, I'm guessing maybe it was King Harold's great grandfather, who ruled, they've held Imaginary Falls for centuries, right? And eventually, like you would have some bunnies, even though they were all warriors, all this Viking clan, some of them, became really adept in the ways of like magic. Some became adept in like stealth and intrigue, which always makes me think more of like rogues, assassins, that kind of stuff. Some got into politics. So I think that's where the classes kind of stem from. And the pirates themselves, I feel like, were just this band that kind of didn't like how things went, how the laws were, and decided to take to their own and create their own clans or factions based off of that. But Jack Beard has a really cool story, and I think I'd like to really just touch more on that with you, like work a little bit more and really kind of bring that into the story and into the land, because we don't really have massive like heroes or villains tales,
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
I mean, again, as people start identifying with which class they want, and then, once they get their NFT revealed, I mean, their ideas and their opinions are going to start flowing in here, and we're going to have a lot of hero tales to make, a lot of stories to tell, and it's exciting times. But yeah, I'm with you. I want to perfect that story too. I really got into it, taking on the task of trying to build that character into this world, and we're going to align it a little more with the storyboard before we introduce it here. But yeah, I'm just curious on overall with respect to the pirates, the control of the trade up at the Crags of Croy. I mean, that's a tough place to be, man. It's pretty defensible, but it seems like your only access points are in and out on water.
Oh yeah, that's true. Are you talking about the Crags of Croy? Yes, that's the most northern part of Furchets Island West. And if you look at, if you see that on the map, you could see why you got to be perfect for defense. First, it's hard to get to. If anybody's going to try to siege or take that land, just getting there, you're going to either you're going to lose a lot of men in just getting there, or you're going to have to take it by sea. But even taking it by sea, now it's just a matter of getting up those, mountain peaks and stuff. So it's held, but the only thing is it doesn't have the best access to resources, right? So that becomes difficult too. Everything gets kind of a balance. It's that give and take. Now that I look at this, I almost feel like this should be its own like mechanism that goes and flaps over like that. I don't know if I like that.
I feel like those mountain ranges, man, they open the door for some eagles or something to be able to easily fly across and access some of those uninhabitable terrains.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, eagles, all manners of flying beasts.
I feel I just saw a light bulb over your head.
Magical. Well, yeah, I had an idea, but because I can't say stuff, but yeah, there could be all sorts of magical giant flying things that you could use to get up there.
Love it.
Right?
As a pirate, I want access points. I want transportation options.
Yeah, well, you need a pirate ship, don't you? You need your own pirate ship.
Of course. I just, I'm not too familiar with how good rabbits are at swimming.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think we should look into that. So, okay, so I started to refine some of this, and honestly, I do not like where any of this is. Kind of don't like where it's going, but we'll lighten it, and that's what happens. Sometimes it's a thought process, and I don't like it. I don't necessarily start from scratch, but I will scratch like a lot of this whole side here and probably revamp that. And really, what I'm most happy with right now is this corner right here. This area. I like this area a lot. I kind of like the way this clamp is flapping over here to lock down the book. So, but then there's just something I don't like about the rest of it. It just hasn't come to me yet. Hasn't hit me.
It will.
It will.
We'll be
you're
here
right.
watching it, man. You know, we're going to disclose this. We're going to disclose this exclusively on the Discord. Be sure to follow the Battle Bunnies on the Discord. Check it out. Frank, I'm going to let you go, man. I got a ton of work. I gotta stay on Chris. Make sure he's doing some work too. So.
Oh yeah. All right. True. Are we gonna go visit some more magical worlds tonight?
We could.
Yes.
We could. My wife lets me.
I would like that. Well, you can. Well, I was gonna say let her. I told you, man. Just get her one and say, look, you got to come hang out and meet my friends, honey.
Yeah, she will. She will, definitely. She's a big Battle Bunny fan herself, so she's excited for the project, just like all of us are. So I'm gonna let you get to the creative side of it. You got Little Man in saying hi, so I'm gonna let you guys go. All right, you have a great night.
Yes, sir. You too. Talk to you later.
It's Mike. I just randomly yell from the background sometimes.
Yeah, I think you come through pretty clear. Where's how come your face isn't on the screen? What's up, little man? Oh, my little baby girl here wants some water, so I'm gonna step off screen for a second.
I'm making avatars for all of our Discord members.
Oh, that's awesome. So Krista's in the back over there working on avatars for all the Discord members. So if you want your own Battle Bunny avatar, please join our Discord and you can get your own Battle Bunny avatar. Akilai, I just saw what Melly wrote.
Yeah.
No Yankee, New York Yankees. Why would you say that? The Yankees are awesome. I'm a Yankees fan. You know what? Since it's too late to make a Yankee bunny, I'm going to make a Yankee squirrel, John, because I'm assuming you wrote that.
We got a little cutie hanging out with us.
I see that. What's up, buddy?
I think he's watching you draw.
Could be.
He's mesmerized like all the rest of us.
If we create this.
If you need to keep your kids busy,
Come hang out with
put
us.
this video.
Yeah.
Take an art lesson.
I don't like these curves of things.
It looks really cool, Frank.
Yeah.
I hadn't looked at it in a while, and yeah.
I'm just trying to really just figure out certain things.
Getting there.
Yeah.
What's up, Frank? What's up, Krista?
What's up, sir?
Was my boy's mic muted?
I guess so.
Oh man, he said he wanted to come and practice for his YouTube channel going live. He'd never gone live before, so I was like, "Oh, you can jump on here." But this first time, the microphone, I didn't set him up properly, and it was muted. Poor guy.
Come on, Dad. What are you doing?
So, yep.
He's
Yep.
so cute.
He said, "I really like your art." So
Well,
that's
thank
what
you.
I wanted to say.
Thank you,
And
sir.
he's liked it from day one, man. Because over his crib, I hung ghost stories when he was born. So he's liked it
That's
since day one.
right. You know, I remember you. Was he born when I first met you, or you didn't?
It was-
You were.
Yeah. So yeah, he was yeah, I think like a month later he was born after we finished up, and it was like my last big expense, like selfish expense. I thought so, it wasn't, but that was my justification. Was the tattoo, my last big expense before saving some money.
Was getting tattooed.
My last expense and youthful indiscretion, I guess, but
Okay.
Man,
I remember that.
what time you going live tomorrow?
What time are you joining me tomorrow?
Whatever, man. I think you're the star of the show, so you tell people when to go.
Well, I know Chris is tattooing tomorrow, so as long as I have somebody to run the show behind the scenes with me and hang out and keep me company,
Yeah.
then I'm good whenever. Want to do like what's a good time on a Saturday? What do you think? 1, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, maybe people in chat before we can put a good time. Here we go.
I really just know I want a portal in the center. I know that part. There's a lot of other little things I'm just kind of stuck on. What do I want? What do I want to do? I'm just playing with shapes, John. Just trying to figure out. This way. This goes this way. And this goes here. This goes here. Then over there.
All right, Krista. We can promise everybody not to tell Kale, my boy, if he comes back on. Let's not say his first time ever going live. His pop forgot to put the microphone off mute. And we'll get him on here another time because he loves the art, loves to draw, has his own YouTube channel, and he wants to be. I guess all these kids want to be YouTubers these days. But I'm gonna go play some catch with him. I'll bounce back in and say hello maybe, but I'll be here for tomorrow for sure, man. Whenever you need me.
Awesome. Yep. Sounds good. We'll set it up later. We'll figure out the time. But I'm gonna see you in some kind of like virtual world tonight or something.
Yep. Yeah, I'm down for that. If anybody's got an Oculus, we can explore some crazy worlds, some on location sight scenes.
Yes, get ideas for our Battle Bunnies universe world.
Yep.
That will be coming to ever soon.
Indeed, man. What did you think about that? Your first time doing that? Both of you just visiting some of those. What was your favorite world that you guys visited?
The
Pandora.
Baba Yaga.
Oh, Baba Yaga was awesome, but so was the Pandora, because I think all of them kind of remind me of places that we could create inside the Battle Bunnies universe. Just that feel, that environment, you know?
Yep. That was fun, man. What's cool about those things is like there's so many worlds out there, and you just kind of got to go explore and then just meet up with people that show you other places. Then you favorite those things, and that's how I would go down those rabbit holes of finding these crazy worlds. So come and hang out, and you can see Frank. And you couldn't get rid of this. That your body was like a canoe or something yesterday.
Yes, it was a kayak. My body was in my legs were a kayak, and I was stuck as a kayak.
Yep.
But it was fun when I got to go on that lake there. And that massive full moon, me and Mike hanging out. I think he was serenading me under the moon there on the lake.
That's true.
And he was fancy as like Alfred costume.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yep.
We're fancy.
Yep. Yeah, he's classy. That's how he is in real life. You know, before the pandemic and stuff like that, he's always dressing up and doing that type of stuff. But yeah, man. Hit me up if you guys are around. Anybody's on the stream and you have a VR Oculus and connected to you, man. Let's all go in, look at some worlds that could potentially help with the Battle Bunny story.
Yep, I love it. We'll be in there tonight, exploring and getting more ideas so we can create this universe for you guys to come in, wander around, explore, and battle.
All right. We'll see you, Crystal. We'll see you, Frank.
Yes, sir.
All right, John.
See you later.
All
buddy.
right. Later.
Hmm.
Joey's hanging out. Let's see. You want to come hang out, Joey?
Oh, Joe's coming to hang out. All right, so that means I
I
can't.
see him down there.
I can't keep spoiling. I can't say no spoilers. I have to be careful now what I say. Create this little window because I feel like I could do something fancy with this window. Sometimes you just got to resort back to like that primitive starting phase of something before I move. What happened to Joey? I thought he was there.
I know. I'm trying to see if he wants to come hang out. You might be busy, you know.
He's got work to do. Everybody's been working their
Here he
ass
comes.
off, man.
Hey, Joey.
Oh, there we go. I was muted. How's everybody doing tonight?
There you go.
Good.
Or
How you
today,
doing, sir?
or this morning, depending on where you are.
I don't know. We just see each other all day long from morning to night. It's like we're all married to each other in some crazy way.
I can tell you, I can tell anybody that's watching right now that I spend more time on the Battle Bunnies NFT and my regular job than I probably do on my wife and daughter. It's hard. It's hard right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But luckily, my wife understands and gets it, so she knows I'm doing it all for them.
Yep. That's what I always said.
Yep. So, yeah, I was actually in the middle of exploring OpenSea, looking at just looking through like new projects and what new projects are doing, what their roadmaps look like, what their art looks like, utilities, all that stuff. I was just doing tons of research on how we can keep our project ahead of everybody else.
Awesome. What'd you come up with?
I found some stuff that I will not share on the stream because I will not reveal
wanna
some of the
fight?
things that we have planned. But I will tell people one thing though, that if you take some time to explore OpenSea, you will notice that like there's just derivative after derivative after derivative. It's like I know a project now that's not on OpenSea that's about to launch, that if everybody's familiar with Azuki, which is like one of the new big projects just launched, it's like a side view 2D of like samurai warriors. Now somebody's launching a project that's called Shinobi Bunny. It's literally the exact same thing. It's a side view 2D samurai warriors, but bunnies. It's like nobody has that. I feel like the creativity, it's like there's just so like there's like another one that's like another ape one, another doodle kind of one. It's like it's nonstop derivatives, and I think that's the thing that excites me the most about our project is there isn't a single one like it on OpenSea. I would challenge some. If you can find me a project like Battle Bunnies on OpenSea, I'll convince Frank to give you a free NFT. Because I guarantee you there isn't one.
I like that.
And that's what I think excites me the most about the art. And that's what excites most of the people that I find in other Discord servers that I'm in, because I own so many NFTs now. They like, it says in my bio on Discord now that we're launching an NFT project, and they message me, tell me about this project. And they come in here and they see the artwork and they're like, oh man, this is awesome. Yeah, because no one's ever seen it. We're not like other people.
Right, brand new, man.
Yeah.
No,
And
and I see these other bunny like rabbits and everything popping up, but they just all look the same. did upset me though. It's like, you know, the reason I came up with the idea to do bunnies was because I saw all these big apes and lions and all of that, and then I was like, well, screw it, I want to do something cute and badass, and so, you know, that's how battle bunnies were essentially born. But now I'm just seeing bunnies everywhere, but they're not.
No, but the bunnies, yeah, they're nothing like, you know, everybody's doing these like, you got like Hate Beast, which came out, and now everybody's trying to make theirs look like Hate Beast, but it's like another animal, or they're all just derivatives. There's nobody nothing looks like ours. And that's what I think is the most exciting part. And I think the other thing is I do all this research because I just end up like 2 hours later, I've been down like a rabbit hole of looking at like websites and roadmaps, is that like the things that these people are doing. Listen, NFTs are great because it's a way for artists who were never able to really get their art out there and cash in on their talent to do that. And I love it. There's so many art projects that are out there that are just cool art. But a lot of them, that's where it stops. It's just art. We're developing, we joke, here's a little spoiler. We joke all the time about a theme park, right? Like, obviously that's like, you know, could you imagine like when people laughed at Walt Disney when he said, I'm going to open a theme park around a mouse, right? But like what we're trying to do here is so much more than just the artwork. And I think that's where a lot of projects just stop. It's artwork. And then they're like, oh, we're going to have a cool community where we have a party once a year, you know? And here we want you to just, it's like Alice in Wonderland. Go down the rabbit hole with us and see where we end up.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's endless. It's literally a universe. It's a whole Battle Bunny universe that we're creating and building.
Yeah, Apollonia, thank you. I'm glad you agree with what I said. And Cartoon Brothers, I mean, listen, we 100%. If you're here because you love the art, that's great because the art is amazing. Frank and Krista are so extremely talented. And like I said, this is a way for them to get their art out that they've been perfecting all of their life. But I promise you, there's so much more than the art coming.
I know, and I can't tell anybody about anything. It's killing me, man.
You cannot. But I promise you guys, this is going to be, think of like, I mean, we're going to take you on a ride. We're doing some things that I promise you haven't seen before in this space. And we're going to set the bar really high for other projects to come.
And the amazing part is we have the team to do it. You know, a lot of people, I guess, are always like looking and they try to build a project and make a lot of promises. It's like we actually have the team. It's a part of the team, and we're just building shit as we speak, which is what's so exciting, on top of the fact that I can't talk about anything.
Yeah, we have, for those of you that don't know, our team grew over the last 2 weeks from 4 to 14, I think.
It's 18.
18?
Yeah.
So from 4 to 18 over the last 2 weeks. And you're going to start to see a lot of things that different, like our Twitter, our Instagram is starting to look different. Our Discord got completely reorganized and cleaned up today. There's just a lot happening. And it's all because of the growth of the team. And not that we didn't have a great team before with the 4 of us, but if you've never done this before, like I wasn't joking about how much time I don't spend with my family anymore. It's a lot of work. And now that we have 18 people on our team, we can just do so much more, and it's more eyes, more input. It's going to be incredible.
You know, Joey, I think what the 4 of us pulled off alone was pretty damn impressive, though, because it really was just 4 of us, each specializing in our own little area of what we bring to the table, right?
Yeah.
And we were doing everything ourselves. No, nobody.
No, I agree. I think what we were able to do in like a month, maybe less than that, when we all got together was, hi. Do you want to come say hi to everybody? Come here. So this is my daughter, who I have been spending less time with. But luckily, she ends up sitting like right next to my computer with me and plays. So say hi, Madeline. No, don't bang on the keyboard. Look up there. Say hello. Say hi. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna make her a Battle Bunny stuffed animal because she loves stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we are.
Yeah.
We're talking about that kind of stuff too, man.
Yeah, that's one thing that we're definitely working on. Is somebody said something about merch. We're definitely gonna have a merch store. I think it was Bobby said phone cases and hoodies, and yeah, there's gonna be a chance. Hold on. She's mad because I put her back. But yeah, we're gonna have a merch store. You'll be able to get hoodies, phone cases, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I was also talking about the world's best Viking mug. That's happening, dude.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be the hottest selling item in the merch store.
Yeah, what?
He's barking at the baby.
That's Han
Yeah,
Solo,
I think
by
the
the way.
world's best Viking mug. I don't know if you're not in our Discord, you should definitely join. First off, second, if you like coffee, it's probably the most talked about subject on our Discord. But I think the world's best Viking coffee mug will probably be our best-selling merch item.
Yes. I love the fact that I was saying it earlier when we first got on that our community, we wake up most of us every morning and have coffee together.
Yeah,
So we pass around the Viking coffee mug, and it's just I don't know.
I feel like we need to buy an Oculus, do a giveaway, so people can actually sit down and drink coffee with you.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
You guys can sit down together in the Oculus in whatever platform we set up, and whoever wins it will get to sit down and have coffee with Frank.
I like it. So, and that's just a little bit of what people are going to get to sit down and join us for. It's not just going to be me, you know. But that's the other thing, man. We've been talking about VR, and yesterday Mike and John took me and Krista on an amazing tour through the metaverse and these VR worlds to just give us an idea of what is possible. And dude, I'm just excited. We can all sit down and have coffee together every morning inside this VR space and hang out inside the Battle Bunnies universe. So much we could do in there, man.
Yeah, the future is definitely exciting for what can be done here. That's for sure. Apollonia said, I've always loved playing RPGs, and this makes me feel like I'm experiencing it in the real world. 100%. That's if you've been on other streams, Frank has talked about like this. A lot of what he's created is because of that Dungeons and Dragons RPG, where the weapons, the armor, all have like it's a ranking system on points, just like an RPG game.
Well, actually,
and he's talked about it a lot.
Joe, that's what makes this NFT project also unique, is that our qualities, our rarities, where most are just the traits and the rarities are based on just a percentage system. But what we did was actually base our percentages and rarities of the traits on an RPG system of ranking all our items and all the weapons, armor, like all that stuff based from running from common all the way up to mythic. So, we have the uncommon, rare, legendary, epic, legendary, and mythic. And that, I think, was also something very different that nobody has yet done in this, which also gave Chris a huge challenge in putting all these rarities together. But he said, if I come up with it, he'll make it happen. So that's what I did.
Yeah, so to expand on that, so people that are in the NFT space understand what rarities are, right? So typically with an NFT project, the rarer items, so the items ranked in the top 5%, top 10%, typically sell for more, right? Because there's less of that, right? Like maybe it's a hairstyle or a weapon, right? But in addition, Frank has set these up for rarity levels from a normal NFT aspect, but he's also set them up from like an RPG game. So if we decide to create some type of game, we don't know yet, right? Could be a card style game like Magic the Gathering.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it could be a role playing game like a Elder Scrolls, right? There's so many different ways, but Frank's already set these bunnies up, as well as other critters that could be coming, in a way that when you use them, not only are they rare from an NFT perspective, but the powers that are imbued on them will translate into that game. So there's just so many ways that this project can go. With what we have cooking right now, I promise you, Frank's not the only one that wants to just go off about what we have going on. We're all so tight-lipped, but we're all so ready to talk about what's coming. So I really hope it happens in the next few days, because I'm running out of I'm as like Frank, I'm running out of the ability to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, I'm surprised I've been able to this long. I just don't want to get yelled at anymore.
Yeah, there's we've got a lot of cool stuff coming, that's for sure. Real quick, also we're actually going to be updating some more things that I talked about, like the Discord, our Twitter, Instagram. We're going to be tweaking some. You'll notice there's a new channel called. Actually, I don't even know if it's visible. Did I make it visible? I did. There's a holder benefits channel now in the Discord, which we're going to be updating and adding. So we've got a lot of stuff coming. I promise you guys, not just the artwork, not just the story, but what we're going to have available for you by being, people call it a Genesis holder or, Series 1, whatever you want to call it. But by getting in now with the bunnies is going to be incredible.
Yes. I kind of like these little rivets. They kind of
I was going to say I was looking at the book earlier when you were drawing it. So you said that's the bottom of the feather coming out the bottom of the book, right?
Yes.
And then is it the top right is where the rest of the feather is?
Right here.
Yep, so that's the rest of the feather. And then you said there's a rabbit's foot somewhere?
No. So Krista was saying, I had a rabbit's foot and all of that. And so here, I'll put a little feather in, right? This is just roughly where I kind of...
What's the binding going to be made out of?
So that's what I've been working on, and I haven't been really content in anything yet. But I was starting to go, here, I'll just rough in some ideas. I was starting to create like these twisty vines, like tree vines, or stuff like that. And so I was thinking of that. The center is going to be a portal. It's a portal, Joey. I've already
because do you want to tell people a little bit why have you told people why there's going to be a portal on the front of the book?
No, I didn't.
I mean, I think we could share that, right?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, didn't we decide? Do you want to tell people a little bit about the story, like why there's this book, where the book takes them?
We did talk about the Grimoire a bit and how it holds the history and all of that. So I'm thinking like vines like this and stuff, but it's hard. I'm talking and drawing at the same time, but I'm also I'm enjoying you talking because it takes a little pressure off of me, so I can just focus on trying to figure out what I do like and don't like about what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I think the portal. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But so we're working with another project and another tattoo artist, which I think we've talked about in other streams before. His name's Jesse Smith. You might know him from, what was that show?
Ink Masters.
Ink Masters on, what channel is Ink Masters on? FX?
No.
Spike. That's right. So he is actually he actually thought of the world of Carcaeus, or the continent of Carcaeus, and him and Frank have been friends a long time, and Frank loved what, they both kind of have a similar mind when it comes to this crazy world stuff. And so the Carcaeus is this continent that exists in the middle of the ocean. Is it off of Australia? No, where does it live?
by the Galapagos Islands or something.
By the Galapagos Islands, and the Battle Bunnies. So this book or this portal, it's kind of like if you think of like the Never-Ending Story, or like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, right? Like this book is found in Carchaeus, and you're able to then like enter into the Battle Bunnies world through this portal in this book, kind of like the Never-Ending Story, if those of you remember it from way back in the day.
Yes.
So this is kind of like this is the Grimoire, which is the history of the Battle Bunnies, but it's also a way for us to be transported into actually the lands where you guys have heard him talk about Imaginac Falls, which is where all the magical powers exist for that gives all these which give all these bunnies and the sorcerers and the shamans and the Vikings their power, and whoever controls the falls. So this is the history, and this is the doorway into the world of the Battle Bunnies. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, you are correct. I think these rivets should be bigger.
Yes.
Yeah, bigger rivets.
Yes. Right?
Yeah.
Like that. But then I draw them and I'm like, oh, they could be gems too.
What is that those blue lines in the top right of the book?
Top right of the book. That, you know what that is?
That's an old book.
That's called the layer that shouldn't be on. That's what that
Oh.
is.
Yeah, I was like, what is he drawing over there?
I don't know how. Wait a minute. I don't know how that got on. I don't know. Oh, I might have just went on that layer and started drawing on it. That's okay. Here, let's just
I was wondering. I was like, what's growing off of the book?
Nothing. I don't know. Sometimes I just jump into other layers. Because this is my thought process. You know, most people don't ever get to see this. They see the finished product or they see their cleaned up drawings, but no, most people don't ever get to see me work through my thought process or the hours that I'll spend trying to just figure this shit out and like see where do I really want to go with this, you know. And so I'll just kind of noodle around. And in musician terms,
It's like beauty and chaos.
Yeah, but I played music for most of my life when I was a kid, and then I stopped when I moved out here to focus on art. But just like sometimes as a musician, you're sitting there with I played bass, but guitarists, bass players, even drummers, and you just sit there and you noodle like on stuff, just with riffs and stuff, because you're trying to think of writing or something like that. And nothing's actually you're just messing around, and that's essentially what I do sometimes like this. I'm writing the song of this book, and figure out what I want it to sound like, because I don't exactly know yet. I have an idea, kind of like I got the chords figured out that I'm working with, but I don't have the melody yet, you know?
Yeah, of course. It's I've had the pleasure of seeing a what is it, Frank? It's like your tutorial. It's like your how to illustrate book that you created.
Fundamentals of character design.
Yeah. So I had the pleasure of seeing that this week, and how you take people through the process of illustrating a character. And what's interesting is it looks just like this. It's like scribbles, and then you put scribbles, and then all of a sudden you follow this process and you end up with this like adorable creature that Frank showed you how to draw. But yeah, it's like to be honest, I saw it and I was like, you know what? So when I was young, I was really into art and I drew a lot. And, back in elementary school, it was like my favorite class. And I mean, I wasn't great, but I can put some things together. I'm not like a stick figure guy. And looking at it kind of made me want to draw again. So I might print out the book and take a whirl at drawing. Kelly, my wife's actually extremely artistic. She's a hairstylist, so like art is kind of like in her blood, but she's incredibly artistic too when it comes to drawing. So maybe we'll have a little illustration contest, and there it is. There's the book. We'll have like a little. We'll use his character design, and we'll have a little contest. We'll draw our own little battle bunnies for the fan art.
I like that. Dude, anybody can draw. I believe that. You know what? And like I was just gonna say that just makes me think of Remy. And anybody can cook, and it's like the truth is anybody can draw. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't have no talent. I can't draw a stick figure. That's nonsense. Because you know what? When I was in high school, I could draw better than all my friends. I was the kid that could draw. But you know, when I went to school to actually become an animator and an illustrator, and all that stuff, how quick I learned how not good I was. I'm just saying, you know, like, everybody praises you your whole life from school and even through tattooing, like all this stuff, like you get all this praise, and so you think, oh, you're so much better than you really are. And when I came out here, I realized, no, you're really not as good as everybody told you were, and it's like I kind of had to start all over again. But that was the beauty of it. I had to learn how to draw. It wasn't this, everybody says, oh, it's talent. You have a talent for it. And no, that's not true. I spent thousands of hours just practicing the stuff that I love to draw, understanding fundamentals, understanding, figure drawing, drawing from life, like all these things. It was just, I had to spend years of my life practicing it. So it's not like I just was born knowing how to draw. So I believe if I could do it, anybody can. It's just a matter of putting in the time.
Yeah, I mean,
if
it's
you
like
really want to.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, when I was younger, I was very, very good at baseball, and I was always praised. And then you get to high school, and then you get to college, and you're like, oh man, it's like a totally different world. And if you don't put in the time and effort, and you don't put in the work, you're not going to be successful. And I completely agree with you. I think, like, if you're right. I mean, Gary Vee says it all the time. If you want to do something, you got to spend, 4, 6, 8 hours a day doing it until
10,000 hours to master, my friend.
Yeah, you have to. And that little fundamentals of drawing that Krista just had up on the screen for us, it's a great. We're gonna have a fan art contest. We are.
Yeah.
So, and we're gonna give away a free NFT with that fan art contest. So, if you've ever wanted to draw or love to draw or whatever it is, maybe here's your chance to get back into art, right? To have to join Frank, to join Krista, and help you and learn, because it's something fun to do. I mean, those of us that have kids, like, there's nothing more that I would love to do. Like, when I was young, we didn't have, we only had Saturday morning cartoons. We didn't have iPads. We didn't have all that stuff. So, like, we would sit around the table with our parents and color in our coloring books and draw, right? Like, how fun is it to sit down with your kids and be like, look at what I learned to draw. This guy Frank taught me how to draw this really cool squirrel or bunny or otter. And then your kid looks at you like you're the king of the world because it's the coolest thing he or she's ever seen, right? Or maybe you draw something for your girlfriend on her birthday, or I don't know, like things like that come from the heart, that people can see you putting time in on, always mean more. And that's what we're going to do in this community. We're going to offer you a lot more than just a really cool piece of art.
I'm wondering if I love the angle of this book. Yeah, that's another thing. Frank has been known to spend all his time and then scratch it all.
What if the
go ahead.
I'm just looking at the book. I feel like,
don't mind the square in the center. I was just mapping shit out. That's not going to stay like that. Go ahead, I'm listening, Joe.
Yeah, I'm looking at I love the way the book looks. I think the angle is really cool. Obviously, it's hard to tell until you add in like the shading and all that stuff. What's the color of the book going to be? Do we know yet?
Nope, we don't know yet either.
I kind of feel like there should be some gold. Maybe.
There will be. So, like, if I just wanted to quickly watch.
What about
So
would it be weird to have like a bunny hand coming out of the portal?
Bunny paw?
Yeah, like a bunny paw coming out of the portal.
Maybe. I
Would
see,
that
like
be
I
weird?
could rough this shit in gold, right? Here.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking. Is that like the corner pieces would be gold, and then the rivets could be like a
Silver.
black or a silver.
Yeah, that's possible. That might happen. I could even go with maybe I don't know.
I like how there's like different elements. I like how you've got vines as the binding, because then you've got like
I don't like
You know,
that one.
you've got like the earth, right? Then you've got like the feather, which is kind of like the critters, and then like, oh, is that like a purple? Oh, is that like a lavender?
Yeah, it's like a kind of like a muted grayish purple.
I kind of like it.
It goes nice with gold, you know.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm thinking. This is what I want to do. I never do this ahead of time. But this is kind of
I just sent you.
like a kind of like turquoisey.
I just sent you a whole reference of portals.
Chris is
really-
sending reference of
I can't
pearl.
wait to see how you're gonna like. I feel like looking at the way you do like shading and stuff like that, it's gonna feel like we're falling into the book, which is gonna be really cool. I can already see in my head like I'm gonna look at the book and want to jump in.
That's what I want. But now I'm wondering if I should turn it so I see the other side of the pages as well. Like turn the angle. I know, well, now
Remember, I wanted to do that.
yeah, Kristen wanted me to do the binding too. So
Well, the vials.
what?
Vials of the magic water, remember?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to do that in this particular. Like, you can't see that side to do that. You know?
Yeah, I think it's too straight on. Like either more toward the spine or more seeing the pages.
Which would mean I'd have to just scrap this and start over again. Which everybody would be like, "Oh my God, is he really going to do that?" It's a good chance I might. Or what I could do.
Wait, so you want to turn it which way? So you see more binding or you see more pages?
I don't need those colors. Actually,
One or the other, I don't know.
one or the other. So I could do this. Let's put that book there like that. Just for now. Just so you kind of get an idea here. We can even do that. Just so you get an idea. Actually, you know what? And I'll put it into a group too, so it makes it a little easier for me later. So I can turn it on and off. Okay.
So at some point, are we gonna get to watch you draw Imaginook Falls, or do
Yes.
we have it? Do we have an Imaginook Falls yet?
We don't, but we don't. We will though. That I have an idea for what it's going to look. We have the bunny hearth tree, right?
Yeah,
The
which
mother
is
tree.
awesome.
Yeah,
If you guys
so-
haven't seen that yet, you can go into the press channel in our Discord. It's under info and resources. There's a press channel, and there's a time lapse video of Frank's 18 hours of drawing the bunny hearth tree.
but it's not that long. It's only a minute.
Yeah, it's condensed 18 hours and condensed into 1 minute.
It was forever for me, but only a minute for you guys.
What if the book was a little open and the latch was kind of open? What if the book was a little opened and then like the latch was kind of like popped a little, like somebody was like opening the book?
Well, here's what we got to think, right? So that's what we could work through right now. If there's a portal in the top, I'm only making it a square. It's not going to be a square shape because in the end, I want to do some cool like stuff around it. But if this is where the portal is, right inside the book there, so we need to give ourselves enough room to see this, so you understand that we have some depth where this could go in. So I can kind of cut the pages in.
What if you pulled the back left corner of the book up, so it was kind of like
This one?
yeah, so like what if it was tilted towards us more?
You mean if I did that?
No, like the book was like tilted. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it looks like the book is falling away from us because
Well,
like the
Yes, it's essentially here. Let's put a table so you get an idea. So if there's a table back here, right? It's essentially, and pretend this is like it's a table, and then
Yeah.
right. So it's sitting on the table like that. But
So-
so you want to see which
So I was thinking if the back corner of the book came forward more, so that way you could see the front, but also still see like the pages like you want.
The back corner of the book?
Yeah, like if something was like if I was kind of like holding it up, you know?
So then, okay.
Because
so
I feel like you can't really see the portal in that one. I feel like it's
no. So yeah, you could do this, right? And then you could see the book like that in that perspective. And now you could see more of the top of the book.
because I feel like the top of the book where the portal is going to be like the.
But
Like
here's the one thing. Okay, so here's my why I didn't go with this essentially thing to begin with. Hold on, let's do this. Why I didn't go with this, and this for me is a particular thing of why I didn't go with this kind of angle. I think it's because of the dynamics or the perspective for me. Just it's not for me like when I'm doing stuff. It's just not as dynamic in that sense, right? Because here's you're talking. So
Yeah.
I put that left corner up, right? And so we could see a little bit of the pages here.
Yeah, it's a little too flat.
Right, and then
Yeah.
but now I can't. If I was to put it on a table, it almost is going to read as if the table is tilted up towards you.
Yeah.
Right. So that was not why I didn't do it initially. So
Yeah, it's too flat. You're right.
if we create a book like that, in essence, like we just want to create it so it's directly up, right, and so that you can see the book and that's a whole different thing. Now, the cool thing I think is like, so because this is going to be an illustration and probably a full painting with everything, I want to make the painting itself as dynamic as possible. The whole illustration, the angle of the book, almost like setting a scene in a movie, right? You got to think you see this mysterious book and the way the camera would kind of zoom in on it and what angle would it see. So that's really what I'm trying to figure out now is what I'm going to like the best. Now,
I mean, I definitely like the two on top better than those two that you have on top. Those angles I think are better than obviously this one below it.
right, just a little more on an angle. But now, eventually, I would like to have the book 3D modeled. So that way, now you could turn the book any angle you want, and we could have all these shots of the book for display, for stuff. I even thought about.
I'd like to see a spine one. That's
I know, but I see that's the thing. I wanted to see these pages more. Everybody like how it just kind of just.
It's kind of hard because it's like you want to see the pages, but then you also want to be able to see the portal on the front of the book.
Right.
So it's like, how do you get it angled right so you get everything you want?
Well, that's the challenge, right? And this is the part that I go through all the time and try to figure out, like, what is the most important part, but at the same time, for dramatic effect, what is going to create the most dramatic effect as well in this scene of this illustration. So, like, part of me was trying to capture this kind of long angle where you see it, and so you can see the portal. Right? The portal is an oval. You can see these cool pages here on the side. You could still have the spine here, like you could see part of the spine there, but I feel like that to me isn't the most interesting part of the book, right? I feel like I could do some interesting stuff with the pages, and I could do something interesting with the locking mechanism.
Yeah.
So
I think that angle you have right there looks good.
You know, it's funny. I think this is one of the original ones I had up somewhere else, but you know what? That's part of the process, right? Is just working through it.
So here's a question for the people that are watching. Do you always draw in blue?
That's an old animation thing. I started drawing in blue pencil years ago, and I never stopped. So even my lead pencils, like when I would draw traditionally, was always like a blue lead pencil. So maybe it's just a habit.
putting some comments up.
Yeah. So womanly Kirishima said, maybe have it like sink in the middle like a warp gate. So I guess she's saying have the portal like sunken into the book.
So the portal would go down, right? So essentially, like, say this was kind of that egg shape, right? And you'd have the bottom of the portal there. And so,
like a whirlpool almost.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
You can do that. So this this is the idea of phasing it, roughing everything out, right? So that would be the perspective of us kind of sinking it down a bit. Okay, all right. I think we're gonna have to build some more of this.
What if the portal was the waters of Imaginook Falls?
They are.
Oh, so the portal's gonna be water.
It's gonna have the coloring of that.
Okay.
So, but essentially, yes, there's that concept. Kristen did want me to put water vials in the book, like these built-in, like which was a really cool concept too. But it's like, you know, here's the one thing for me with drawing, right? I look at it as a piece of clay. Like, you give me a piece of clay, and that's the only amount. I can't add clay to it. Right? That's the amount of clay. I have a ball of clay, and that is the amount of clay I have to play with. So now I could take some of that clay and form it into this, but that means I have a little less to do this. Or, you know, and if I take a little more here, that means I have a little less to do this. So it's kind of like a balancing act in that sense. So if there's something like that kind of thing, it's like, what am I going to choose to focus on? Which elements are going to be the most important?
Make it fatter.
Make it fatter. Krista wants the book fatter. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. I think the book should be much thicker.
All right. Thicker.
Yeah.
There
Fatter, thicker, more pages, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, actually, you're going to see less of the spine like that. We can create the spine out here. Like
Yeah,
this.
because I think the bigger the book, the more of the spine you could show, you know?
Well, yeah, you're going to see, the spine is only going to be this edge, right? That's all you're going to see in the spine right here. It's kind of that attachment in that perspective, right? So we'll do that, and we'll create the lining here. We'll create this here like this. Create that there.
So Frank, did you have when you first got into illustrations and drawing, and I don't know if we've talked about this on other streams, but I'm sure we have some new people here. Did you have any inspirations, like any specific artists that you were like, man, I want to draw like him or her, or like what was it that got you to where you are today?
Well, as a kid, it was always Disney and Don Bluth, right? Which I know we talked a lot about on our last live stream. That was as a kid. That's what always inspired me, animation-wise. Then when Pixar came about, I was so blown away, and I really, really wanted to get into 3D animation. You know what? I feel like
I feel like when Pixar came out, everybody wanted to get into animation.
Yeah,
even if you weren't into it, it was just so cool.
Yes. All right, so we're gonna have to do this because this long strap of putting a locking mechanism like that is not cool. Does not look good for the book. So let's just maybe we have it open, right? The book is open like that. These will be the pages. There we go. Back to the scribbling part. So
when you were young, it was Don Bluth, and then Pixar came along.
Yes, Disney, Don Bluth, and then Pixar came along, and that kind of really took me into this realm of loving the look of 3D animation and really wanting to draw these 3D characters. I even got a little into sculpting at the time as well, because I wanted to sculpt my characters in 3D. And then I started to realize that I could just draw things to look like they're three-dimensional by just learning and understanding objects in 3D space, which actually comes from drawing from life and that kind of stuff.
Which, if you guys were here earlier, when Krista put up the fundamentals of drawing or illustration, you had examples of real life and how you can pull from real life when you're drawing.
Yes. I do. I use reference all the time. I'm all about using reference.
Yeah. So Frank and Krista have a tattoo shop in South Florida in Pompano called Into the Woods, and when you go in there, it's Frank's art is all over the walls in there, and it's really cool. Like there's all these critters and characters that literally are pulled from like real, like I think one of my favorite ones, isn't it like a big chubby animal like with a jousting pole riding another animal.
Oh,
Oh,
that
that's
was
Danny
Lauren.
Beck.
That was Danny Beck. That was actually a gallery opening we did for another amazing illustrator.
Oh, that one's not yours?
No, that
Oh, I
was
thought that one was yours.
No, sir. That was he was actually an artist that I was a big fan of. Check this out. So I reached out to him and we kind of became friends on Instagram, just admirers of each other's artwork. But Danny was originally either the senior or lead character artist for Blizzard.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I was just a fan, and I started talking to him about his artwork. Now he actually, I think, is the senior character designer for Riot Games. So I just reached out. He was in California. I said, "Hey, I'd love to have a gallery opening for you, gallery show." And and he was down, and he came down, sent all his artwork. He had a big gallery opening for him. So that was all his artwork. It also gives me an excuse to be able to just pick and choose which pieces of his art that we love, and we get to buy ahead of time. That's the benefit of having a gallery in that sense.
Because I see so much. I can tell why you like him then, because there's a lot of similarity in the fact that he draws all these kind of animals and critters and stuff, and that's where you love to live too. So
yes,
I guess that's why I got confused. probably should have read the little tag next to it. I've only been in there like 8-10 times.
Yeah, good job, Joe. Yeah, you probably should have. But no, there is some of my paintings up in art. Now it's a mixture of artists that I have up there.
I do own a shirt.
Book fatter?
Make the actual book fatter.
Like the cover looks so thin.
I do. For those of you, I do own a shirt that.
No, I mean, like
the thickness of the cover of the book, like make it thicker, like taller.
Like
I think is what she's saying.
Yeah, like the top and the bottom of the book. You know what I mean?
You're talking about the book cover?
Yeah.
I didn't get there yet. I'm just shaping the book out. I got to add stuff onto the book.
Fatter.
I know,
so
but
I own a shirt from Frank that is what is that one called? The brain.
Brain candy. That's the zombie
brain
raccoon.
candy. Yeah, the zombie raccoon. So we were all at Halloween Horror Nights this year, and I actually wore it to Halloween Horror Nights, and we end up. So Frank was there he did like this whole thing with his tattoo shop where they all went, and then they were there another night, and we ran into them, and we end up hanging out, and me, dummy, doesn't take a picture, but I had the shirt on, Frank was there, and the girl who had the tattoo of the shirt was there, and we could have had this picture of like the shirt, the tattoo, and the artist. But it's a really cool shirt. Tell the story, Frank. It's a raccoon. Why is it called brain candy?
Well, okay. So the brain candy I came up with because we did that. It was this clothing brand, but I'll tell you the story of the raccoon, which was why I loved the idea so much and jumped on doing the tattoo. First, she was an old client of mine from maybe like 13 years ago or so. But she had hit me up and told me that she accidentally hit and killed a raccoon with her car, and she felt so terrible that she wanted to get a tattoo for him. And so I just loved the idea, kind of memorialize this raccoon that she hit. So at first so she asked me for like a zombie raccoon. So I was like, yeah, I love it, let's do it. And I rounded up adding, so I had this little zombie raccoon. If I pull it up, you know what, I'll pull it up for you guys. I'll show you.
I was going to say, I can go grab my shirt.
Yes, you can. I know I have the actual artwork here somewhere, right? It's my job to have all this artwork. And there's a car crashed in the background, like slammed into a tree, and it's almost like the raccoon is eating the brains of the one who crashed into the tree. So it's kind of like I was letting the raccoon get its revenge on her. Since she hit and killed the raccoon, he came back to life as a zombie and made her crash a car and was eating her brains.
Yeah.
So that was, here it is. Zombie raccoon. She also has that mummy bunny I did on her. Oh, here he is.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the shirt you have. That's the artwork, and then
yep.
There's the tattoo that I did on her. That was a fun tattoo. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, if those of you that haven't seen a lot of Frank's work, if you go to in our info and resources section again, you go to Frank Gallery, you can see some of the incredible art and tattoos that he's done. So the reason why I found Frank and Krista was the guy that owns the gym I go to. Basically, like the whole side of his body is pretty much covered in
Pirates.
this pirate. So he has 2 dogs. One's named Scarlet. And I can't think of the other one's name, but he basically had his dogs turned into like swashbuckling pirates on a boat, and it's like his whole side and his whole leg, and it's incredible. And one day he tagged me in a post from Krista, or sent me a post from Krista, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. So next thing you know, my wife and I go to Krista, and Krista does a tattoo on my leg and one on the back of my wife. Then I end up going back, and I had this Mickey Mouse kettlebell done on my forearm one day by this random tattoo artist that came out terrible. So Krista ended up coming up with this awesome thing and covered it up. She did the one on my thigh, which I can't show right now because this is not a PG-13 stream. So I'm not going to whip my leg out. And then I went back. She did this one, which is my dog that had passed away. He was with me for 18 years. She did his paw print here. But yeah, so and then I bought the shirt, and now we're here. So
Yes,
yeah, you can also check out Krista's art too on Krista Gallery in the info and resources section of our Discord. Oh, and look, my wife's arm is in there, and my thigh is in there. There you go. My thigh is the Mickey shaped Pandora scene.
I made sure to add that in there, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And then my wife's arm is the Mickey shaped, where it's like Mickey and Minnie kissing with the castle. I can't tell you how many compliments I get on the Pandora. Like, people are like, "Oh my God, the detail, the eye, it's incredible." But yeah, so they own a tattoo shop in Pompano. So come to South Florida, meet the artist behind the project, and come get a tattoo.
You can pretty much meet the team, half the team
Yeah.
too. A lot of us are all out here in
Yeah, we're all, a lot of us, right? I'm here. John's here.
Mike,
Mike is
Mike-
here.
No, is Mike here?
Mike from Miami. I
Oh,
didn't know that either.
I thought Mike was still up in New York or New
I
Jersey.
thought so too, but he's not. He's in Miami, so he's
Oh.
gonna come and celebrate with us.
Oh, nice. And then who else? Sharon's in South Florida. But I think everybody else, I think outside of that, we've got like New York and New Jersey. We've got England, 2 people in England.
Yes,
New York,
one
New
in
Jersey, Spain. Yep. We've got Washington. So we're all over the place. We're global. We're worldwide. Worldwide.
Phoenix, right?
Yep. Phoenix. Yep. And then Phoenix / he wants to move to Montana.
Yes. I kind of want to move to Montana too, but Krista's like, hell no.
My family, every time we get together for the holidays, we talk about moving to like Montana or North Dakota and just trying to get a big piece of land and just live in our own life.
Yep, that's the idea. And then I could just work on this project there. Don't have to be bothered by anything. Just have this land and just work
The
on
question is,
it.
where do we build the Battle Bunnies theme park?
My backyard.
Yeah. The Battle Bunnies and Friends
I don't
theme
know
park.
yet. I don't know.
Could you imagine walking through the gates and there's a battle bunny, a samurai squirrel, a medieval mouse just sitting there waiting for you? Like, we've got like a cavalcade parade of people with swords and shields and lightsabers.
I mean, if you don't think I'm going to have one built after all of this, just, yeah, it's going to, oh my God, dude, if you've seen the ideas we had for the VR space yesterday when we were talking, I can't talk about shit.
We could do
Stop.
kids' birthdays. We could have battle bunnies showing up to kids' birthday parties,
Yes,
Yeah, that'll be
it
cute.
would be cute.
right?
Yeah, why not?
We're gonna need a theme song soon. I feel like we need a jingle. Any jingle writers out there? We need a jingle or a theme song for
Well,
the.
I am waiting for also, hold on, it's going to save. I'll be right back. We need that community contest to decide the fandom name.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're waiting. We're gonna launch that soon too. We're gonna need people to start making suggestions on what we're gonna call the Battle Bunnies and Friends fandom.
And the winner will get a free Battle Bunny NFT.
Yep.
And the whitelist spot if they want to mint some more Battle Bunnies.
That is correct. Oh, for those of you that are not on the whitelist, please make sure you check out under Start Here. There's a pre-mint info and whitelist info. So we have two early lists, right? So we have the pre-mint info list, which is people that are interested in grabbing 10 or more bunnies. So if you're interested in grabbing 10 or more bunnies, you will get access before everybody else, and you'll get the biggest discount possible. About a 50% discount from the public sale price if you want to mint 10 or more. If you don't want to mint 10 or more, we have the whitelist, which will obviously come before the public sale, and that's about a 33% discount off of the public sale. So in those two channels under Start Here, pre-mint info, whitelist info, talks about what you can do to earn a spot on either of those if you're interested. Because I'm telling you right now, there's a good chance we don't even make it. We haven't even, the crazy part is we haven't even started to blow this up yet. We haven't even made the biggest, like the big announcements that we haven't even been made yet. And we literally might not even make it to public sale with what we have right now. So if you want to ensure that you're able to get yourself a Battle Bunny, you got to get on the whitelist or on that pre-mint list, because I really don't think we're going to make it to public sale.
Yeah. And the spots are very limited. Right?
Yeah, we've got 50 pre-mint, only 50 pre-mint spots and only 250 whitelist spots. So, you know, like, you do the math. If we get 50 people on the pre-mint list that are going to mint 10 or more, that's at least 500 that are gone. Well, there's actually more gone right now already. But there's not going to be a lot left. Wait, this is for the chat. What is it? I saw Chris said something. What did he say? I write the contract, Joey. What does that mean? Did I say something wrong?
I don't know. He's the expert.
Wolf Spy, thank you for joining us. He said we're going to the moon. That's right. We are. So we actually, who drew the bunny on the rocket? Was that a combination of the two of you guys?
Yeah. How did that come about, Krista?
I was making stickers. Like, I made a good morning one and all that stuff, and then we needed one for the bunny going to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So she decorated she put the bunny together, like gave him his outfit, and then sent it over to me, and I drew the rocket for him.
Yep. I just posted the sticker in the chat for everybody, in the Discord chat. We've got a little bunny on a rocket to the moon.
Yes.
So Joe asked if we know what public mint price is yet. We don't. So public mint price will really depend on ETH is all over the place right now. So it's really hard to know where we're going to land on a price yet. And that's why when I was talking about like what you get for being on the whitelist of pre-mint was more percentages instead of pricing, because we really just don't know yet. You know, a month ago, ETH was almost at 4,000, and then next thing you know, it was at like 2,000. So it's really hard to set a specific price right now. But we'll make sure you guys have ample time to know how much Ethereum you're going to need in your wallet to get all the bunnies you want. Somebody asked how far from the beach. So the shop is probably only about, like 15 minutes from the beach?
Not even, dude. We're right on Sample, right past Dixie.
Yeah, so maybe like, it depends. I mean, we have a lot of beaches, Wolf. So it really depends on which beach you're asking about.
I mean, Florida is one long beach. Technically,
it's just one very, very long beach. But like, you know, they're only about 10 or 15 minutes from that part of the very long beach on the east coast of Florida. But really, honestly, if you live anywhere in South Florida, you're never really more than 30 minutes from the beach. No matter how far west you go in South Florida, the beach is probably no more than 30 minutes away.
That is true.
You know, like even if you lived all the way out in Weston, you're still only 30 minutes from the beach. And that's probably about as far west as you can get for civilization, unless you go out to like US 27, and that's where all just like the gators and stuff live.
Alligator Alley?
Yeah, you go all the way out US 27. That's pretty far, but nobody really lives out on US 27. That's kind of like, you know, those are people that like live and work in the Everglades.
Yeah, because we're decently west too. We're not that far west, but we're about 30 minutes from the beach.
Yeah.
You're in Davie, Sunrise?
I'm in Sunrise, so I'm like a little northeast of Sawgrass Mall.
Okay, you're not that far from us.
Where are you guys?
Coral Springs.
Oh yeah, so I'm on like I'm like right on the border of Sunrise and Tamarack.
Sunrise and Tamarack.
So
okay.
I'm like commercial and Sawgrass.
Okay, yeah, because Tamarack's not that far from us either. That's just south of us.
It's
really?
Well, it goes Coral Springs, then Tamarack, then Sunrise, right?
Right.
Yeah. We looked at a lot of houses in Coral Springs when we were going to buy, and when we were looking at houses, they were going so fast. Anything we found, if we didn't put an offer in that day that was cash, we missed out. We just got lucky with this one, and it worked out for us.
But good, that's what was happening to us. We put offers on houses, and you try to negotiate some, and then before you know it, it was gone. It was gone. So then we found this house, and we just fell in love with it. I didn't even negotiate. I was just like, okay.
I paid over what they wanted.
Oh yeah. Well, how long ago did you buy your house?
I bought my house in August of 2021.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So already houses were already.
My house is already worth $65,000 more than what I paid for it, and I paid over asking for it.
Yep.
The market here is insane.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we bought in 2018.
Yeah, so I bought originally in 2018, and then I made like the market was so high in 2021 that I was able to sell to get like literally I sold my townhouse, which was a 2.5, to get a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom with a pool and an office / man cave, and my mortgage went up like $300 because of how much money I was able to make on that townhouse, because the housing market down here is crazy. Ooh, I like the way that portal looks, Frank.
Oh, all right.
I like it. It looks like it's like coming off the book. But then into the book.
So this is kind of like some kind of frame for it. I haven't decided what I'm going to make this material yet, but then the portal will be in here.
Yeah, I like it.
Almost like a whirlpool kind of portal.
So Mele said, Joe said that the theme park should be on an island, and there should be a pirate ship that picks you up on land and brings you to the island. So Joe, how about this? We have a lot more drops coming, right? We're going to work on the other critters that live in this world. You help us sell out all those drops, buddy, and we'll make sure we buy you an island for the theme park.
Yep, a pirate ship with an island. That is a cool idea. That would be cool.
Right? It'll be like Firefest all over again.
Oh,
but with bunnies.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, an island. Could you imagine if we had an island and then there was like a hotel in the middle of the island with the theme park like all around it, and you had to take like a pirate? Could you imagine how cool that would be?
Yeah.
Like it'd be like Jungle Cruise, where you go like through a waterfall, like the backside of the waterfall, right? You go through the waterfall and you come out into like the Battle Bunnies theme park.
Only pirates would have access to it, though. Like each class would have their own form of transportation or something.
So, well, the Vikings would get like a Viking ship. The pirates would get a pirate ship. The Valkyries, maybe there's like a helicopter that takes them in. The shamans and sorcerers, maybe it's like a like an underground tunnel, so it's like a portal where they just come out inside in the land.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's. I thought we'd have like flying Pegasus for the Valkyries, you know?
Okay. So we're just gonna create. Hey guys, don't worry. Listen, we're gonna make some flying Pegasus to transport you from land to the. Don't worry about it, guys. We're gonna call the people from Jurassic Park, and we're gonna genetically modify some horses so they have wings, so we can fly you in.
Hey, you know, nowadays with what they're doing, you know, anything's possible. Who knows a few years from now?
Didn't they say they didn't wasn't there some study, like some research article just got posted about how they found something and they uncovered like, and I was like, why would they even do this? They found in like a tree sap or something, and they found like a virus from like 2,000 years ago.
Oh,
and they're
okay.
like, it's still alive. Okay, well, why? Like, kill it.
Yes.
Why do we need a virus from 2,000 years ago?
Wasn't that like during the whole COVID?
Yeah.
Thing? Yes.
Yeah, it's like, could you imagine?
Put it back. Yeah, yeah. Put it back.
Yeah, like, why are we uncovering viruses from 2,000 years ago? We already have one that we can't handle.
Dude, I don't think, but I thought I saw that they found like some kind of DNA from like some dinosaur chicken or some shit, and I'm like, okay, this is where it starts.
Oh yeah, I think they did too. I feel like that happened too. So Joe said it would be a lot easier to do in the Oculus. And listen, Joe, the future, the reality is the future is right, like the metaverse, the 3D world. So like, maybe we don't need an island and a real theme park. Maybe we create this theme park in an Oculus where you can transport yourself, you can ride roller coasters, you can meet characters, and you get to walk around this theme park as your battle bunny, right? And like maybe there's like these, like, remember when you used to play laser tag when you were little, right? Maybe there's
God,
like,
I have Photon.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. So maybe in this world we could have, you know, the Vikings versus the Valkyries, and it's like think about like LARPing, right? But we bring LARPing into the Oculus as your battle bunny and as your, you know, whatever character you want, and you could LARP, but it's in the Oculus.
I'm good with all of that, man.
Yeah. Wolf said a dinosaur egg with intact DNA that was found in Russia, he thinks.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, dude.
Frozen
no.
in like Siberia or something like that?
No, that's that. I mean, I can't say no, because you know what?
I mean, come on, you wouldn't want to see a dinosaur?
See that? Yeah, I'm not going to pretend. I mean, I'm the guy that, you know, doing all this shit when they start talking about UFOs, like nobody acknowledged any of that. Everybody was so worried about COVID, like nobody acknowledged that the news just said, yeah, there's UFOs and aliens, they're real. Nobody talked about that. But
I would love to meet an alien.
Yeah, and during that point, I said, you know what? At this point, with all this shit that's going on, if one landed in my backyard, I'd be like, yep, cool, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about, but listen, if I can meet a real life dinosaur, I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah, you're right. You ain't kidding. But you know what? That's how Jurassic Park happened. And everybody that thought it was cool till they walked into Jurassic Park and then remember what happened. So maybe, you know, maybe it's not.
Hey, did you do the when you were at Universal, did you do the meet and greet with the raptor?
Oh no, with Blue now.
Yeah, it's really cool. We did it last time we were there, and I literally held Madeline up like I was gonna feed her to the dinosaur, and he played around with it, and he like went to like bite her. She was not happy. She got a little scared. I felt bad as a dad, but it was a good picture though. It was a good picture.
great picture moment.
Yeah.
Terrified my child, but I got a good picture from it.
I mean, if we can't use our children for our own personal entertainment, then why have them?
I get, yeah, right. I understand.
Right?
I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, Wolf, I would totally go to Jurassic Park. If we could build a real Jurassic Park, I'm there. But I would like them to stay away from the T-Rexes and the Raptors, and like, let's go with just like the the herbivores. Let's just get the brontosaurus and the stegosaurus, and like let's keep the carnivore dinosaurs dead, but let's bring the ones that won't eat us. I would feel more comfortable with that.
Okay. I'm not loving this.
You're not, or you are?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to do this.
Make it a little bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it could be bigger. I mean, this is the book. It needs to be grand.
Right.
Right.
So that's what I think. So, I mean, this, like I said, once again, this is the process. You know, everybody hung out and I drew all these traits and shit, and people got to see them sometimes done in one day, you know, or seen it finished the next day. This for me, this is definitely going to be a journey because this piece is important to me.
Yeah. It's important to the project too. It's important to all the fans. It's important to the community.
So right now, what everybody's getting to really kind of spend time with is my me doing conceptual design for stuff. This is how it kind of started with the bunny too. You know, I ran into concepts of what I wanted the bunny to look like, how I scrapped him a few times. Down here. But you know, once again, I don't know. There's just something about this one I don't. I
don't know if I love the feather like coming out of
the
book.
I don't know. Somebody told me to put a feather, so I was like, okay, let's try the feather.
I feel like the feather is cool. I get the feather because it's part of like the Valkyries, but really we're bunnies. Bunnies don't have feathers.
No, you're right. I don't like the feather. I don't like this book either. I'm just gonna put this one here. And then I'm going, what's this layer? Oh, there's that other book. I don't even know what this book was to begin with. Let's see. And it's a rendering of a different angle. So now, let's take all of this. Okay, hold on.
Hey, John, how many people we have watching us right now? Can you see? I feel like we've got a good bit of people here.
Let's do that.
Oh, Doug finally made it, Frank.
Doug?
Yeah, he finished his customer's inner arm and made it in time.
What's up, Doug? Yeah, we're still live. It lasts hours. You know that.
Doug, what'd you end up tattooing, Doug? What was on the inner arm of this gentleman or lady? Frank, do you ever? So we talked about earlier about how you like your inspirations and things like that. So like you're drawing this book right now. Before you sat down, did you like maybe go online and like Google like old books or like you know like
pulled a bunch of cool reference for me.
Is that what? So sometimes you'll sit down and you'll kind of go through that process of like, okay, I like this, I like that, and maybe and give you some inspiration.
Yes, so I have a lot of inspiration for it that I'm looking at, you know, but it's really just trying to figure out what do I want to capture from the world. You know, there's only so much. Like, it's not like we're opening the book and reading the story. So how do I not just get a good angle and really illustrate like this dramatic scene of the book, but how do I also capture that this is the book of this world? Like, what are the most important elements? And that's what I'm trying to think. Right now, it just seems like I'm adding decoration, adding stuff to these little things, but really what makes it special? And that's where I'm having the struggle. And this is normal for artists. And I don't think, you know, I want to kind of explain that too, is that a lot of artists think, oh, you just draw this stuff and it comes out, and how does that happen? Sorry, I'm rubbing my little dog's belly because she wants her belly rubbed. They're always drinking water. And then it's kind of hard to stop rubbing her belly. She doesn't let me stop rubbing her belly. She's sweet. But a lot of artists don't realize that this is part of the process. Like, you have to work through all of this. It's part of it. How do you tell the story that you want to tell? And so right now, sometimes we struggle with these ideas, figuring it out, and that's normal. I go through this a lot of times with different character design, different stuff. I don't just sit down and just draw what I want to draw. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, went for multiple angles already. I kind of do dig this angle, right? I do dig this angle, but no, I want to turn it a little more. I want to see a little more of this side of the book. But yeah, so right now I'm in that process. Like, what's the most important part? I thought maybe some elements of the traits of the Viking weapons, you know, of the Battle Bunnies weapons that we had there would be great to add in. I was going to try to implement the Battle Bunnies logo, which I was originally going to put on the locking mechanism, right? So I was going to keep the lock closed like that and kind of put like this, the Battle Bunnies shield and logo, like with the weapons, how they stick out.
Yep.
And then we'd have the little bunny logo, and I thought that would be cool because now you know it's from the Battle Bunnies world, right? But what other cool
Frank,
elements?
what part of New York are you from again?
Brooklyn,
Oh yeah, what part of Brooklyn?
Gravesend.
Okay. There you go, Wolf. Wolf asked, he said I can tell by Frank's accent. He said Brooklyn. he said Brooklyn with a question mark. I'm from Bensonhurst originally, Wolf. Yeah, like I understand the thought process of the feather, right? Because it's part of the Valkyrie. But I feel like, I don't know. Does the book really need to have like elements from the bunnies? Like,
No,
because
not
remember, because
necessarily.
this book isn't just about the bunnies, though. This book
Right.
is about all the critters that live in this world. So like, so maybe it just needs to be a badass looking book.
It needs to have elements from the world.
Yeah.
It needs to tell the story of the world. That to me is what's most important, right? And that's I guess right now where my struggle is. Like, which are the key elements that I want to bring into this from the world? So I just keep starting with my general book shape, right? That's what we got here.
I have a feeling Chris is going to tell you bigger.
Yeah. Oh.
Bigger, thicker.
It's all, you know what? It's all relative because, you know, how you make it bigger or thicker, it's like you can't make it, but what you could do is you can make the elements on it bigger, right? Or you make certain elements smaller and makes the book look bigger.
But see, I feel like the latch is so big right now, it kind of gets in the way of the portal, no?
Well, it depends. So let's see. But now, what if that's the center of it, essentially, right? That's the center. Let's see. That's the center of the book. Yeah. So if we do this, bring it around here. Right, so yeah, we could cut it back a little bit, but then I think how much of the book does it sit on, right? How much does the latch hold? Because here's the thing. We draw through, so then we put the shield here, okay? There we go. So I'm just going to draw it
like
and
what
then
would,
take
when
shapes
you're drawing,
out.
like
I'm not
when you're
gonna
drawing
style
this,
it.
what's the focal point? Like for me, I'm not an artist, right? So like I think the focal point of the book would be the portal, but for you, what is your
The book,
the whole book is the focal point.
yes.
Okay.
So it's not. It's for me, right? The book is the main element here. It's not the attributes that the book holds. You know, it's really just the. It's the book. That's what we're drawing. We're drawing the Grimoire. We're not drawing the portal.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like that's not the most important element. It's just a part of telling the story. So what are the things?
Makes sense.
Part of telling the story. But what is this illustration is what? The story of the book, right? It's You're trying to tell the story of this book. I don't know if I like the frame around that portal either. And I'm also stuck, like, do I want, I did want to bring nature into this somehow.
What if we did it more square and more of a circular
More square and
square book?
I like the length of I like the perspective of having the book long like this. For me, I just like that. That's a me thing. There's just some things I like. Yeah. Yep. But the portal, you know what? The portal doesn't even have to be round. Hold on, watch this. Let's get rid of that also. What if the portal was like some weird angle like this, right? So you have this kind of shape. So we didn't even.
It reminds me of the door from Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Oh my God! Right? I just thought that.
Right.
But you know what? It doesn't hurt to. And
No, I don't think it has to be a circle either. I agree with you.
No, it doesn't. But the swirling, right? Or it could be like this. But I like the swirling to do this, like the
waters.
Right. So it's like, and then it'll like maybe you could see where it starts to radiate around, and maybe there's some like shit that comes out. Like this magical energy that's floating out of this too, or something. I mean, that's a possibility as well. But once again, the portal isn't the focus. It's an attribute of the book. So what other elements are important to tell the story in the world? Well, I think of the battle bunnies. I think of the forest, right? There's a lot of forest. I think about their weapons. So that's another thing I'm trying. Right now, I just keep going over lines because I'm really trying to make sure I like the perspective of what I have. Make sure it's somewhat accurate. Otherwise, that'll throw everything you draw on top of it off. So, and hey, Melly, are you still here with us?
Yeah, he's here.
Did you get your Oculus yet, dude?
Oh, so we had a couple questions I guess I missed.
Yeah.
So Doug said, do you have a size paper you like to draw on, or does it depend on the piece? And what DPI do you normally work in?
I work in 300 all the time. Size of paper, no. The battle bunnies were 14 by 14, and so this every time I reopen a new image in here, it opens a 14 by 14. So I've just been sticking with it. I mean, we could just give myself a little more canvas size to hand work with. Probably be smarter, right? Just give ourselves more room to work. Thanks, Doug. Good call.
And then Melee said it'd be cool to see some claw marks or distress. Maybe different species fought over the ownership of the book a long time ago during an invasion or battle.
So like distressing and stuff like that, that's detailing. I don't think about that stuff until I have the basic elements out. So before I started, if you look at this one, right, after I kind of had basic elements, that's where you start putting in tears and shit. But I don't really kind of think about that stuff until my main shapes are there and my main perspective is correct. So right now, this is not correct. So it's like if I start getting inundated, and that's one thing I think I try to teach to a lot of artists when I do the seminar or whatever, is that, they'll start with an eye, right? They start drawing this eye, so to speak. And then all of a sudden they're going to draw a whole face, but then they start doing all this detail in the eye and really doing it. And then they go to draw the rest of the face, and the rest of the face is wonky as shit. And it's like, but they'll keep going because they just spent 3 hours on this eye. And it's like, and now you don't want to let go. So you're going to waste another 10, 15 hours drawing everything else that doesn't line up. And so I don't ever think about any or do any of that stuff until I really have to let it. Because look how many books we kind of went through already and that I scrapped. So if I would have wasted that much time thinking about those little intricate details, it wouldn't have worked for me. So I don't do that. But yeah, doing that stuff after is a good idea. And I will distress everything and play with cool little details that we could put into stuff. But right now, I really just want to lock down.
What if it was the shield, like a shield shape?
Okay, let's try that.
So Surviving the Survivor said this would be, watching this in VR would be rad.
It's coming.
That's coming
Yep,
real soon.
It's all coming. Everybody needs to go out and get themselves an Oculus. If
You
it's
know
your
what?
birthday, ask your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your parents, whatever. Get you an Oculus. Valentine's Day, birthday, get one. You're
I
gonna
mean,
want to be a part of what we have coming.
What? Yeah. Would you? I mean, would you guys like if there was like we did like little like art classes inside VR, and people, owners of Battle Bunnies or any of the NFTs of the project could come and sit in a VR classroom with me and draw me or
I would.
Krista or
I know
Mr.
my
White.
wife and I would. That's for sure.
Okay, so yeah, maybe that's happening or going to, or I don't know. I can't say anything. I can't talk about anything. I'm like, I gotta wait. I gotta wait till the big boss. It's funny because I was the big boss, and now there's all these people on the project. I'm not the big boss anymore. Now I gotta ask the big boss, hey, can I say this? Can I say that? Can we tell them about this? So funny, man. But hey, it's cool. I gotta defer to everybody what they think is best for the project. Because at the end of the day, all we care about is what's best for the project. It's not about feelings or this. I mean, it is on the sense of how much we love what we're doing, and all of that. But it's really everything that comes down to is what's best for this project.
What if does the book absolutely have to have like a lock?
No, it doesn't have to have a lock.
Because I feel like it might look cool with like how big you're drawing that shield on the front. Maybe the book doesn't have a lock.
And it doesn't have to have a lock. So what Krista was saying, what if the portal was the shape of the shield, and then the portal was in here, and so we could still do that dip like down. That I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but she had a great idea.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Hold on.
Kirishima?
No, it was
Yeah.
womanly. Kirishima said have it maybe have it like sink in the middle like a warp gate.
Yeah. No, the book is not an NFT. Not that we know of yet.
Not right now.
Yeah,
Right now.
Yeah, we have so many other sets.
It could be in the future.
It can, or pages of the Grimoire could be an NFT, or it could unlock, or the Grimoire NFT could unlock something else, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas on how we can get the community involved and be more involved and a bigger part of the project outside of just owning a bunny. So there could be future ownership of the Grimoire. What if we decide one day to publish an actual Grimoire, right? And it ends up on the New York Times bestseller list, and because you own the Grimoire as an NFT, you now own part of that actual book, which is now a bestseller on the New York Times list. We don't know what the future holds, right? This space is ever evolving in what's possible. So maybe this book does become available to Battle Bunny holders.
I do know that I want to make the Battle Bunnies art book, almost like a coffee table book with like all the concept art and the final art and just a lot of that stuff. I think that would be really cool, like an illustration book for the Battle Bunnies. But that'll be later on once we have all the other drops, so that way it's just a collection of all the artwork. That helps build this universe. Okay.
I need to go help put my daughter to bed. So I might be back later if you guys are still on, but I appreciate everybody that hung out, asked questions, got involved. We're really excited for what's to come, and we're really glad you guys are coming on this journey with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to bow out. If anybody else wants to jump back in here, Chris, Krista, John, whoever. But if you guys are still on after I put my daughter to bed and have some dinner, I'll be back.
All right. I think that's chance. We might be, we might not. You never know.
And if anybody has questions, you could always tag me or just go in the main chat. I'm always there if you need help with something or anybody else. So thank you guys.
we will be back at this tomorrow afternoon,
Yep.
by the way. I'm doing it live again tomorrow afternoon, and we're going to continue on this Grimoire.
Yep. Oh,
And,
don't forget, we added some sneak peeks on the Discord. Go ahead and change your Discord server profile to your favorite Battle Bunny. And if you need help changing your nickname, hit me up. I'll help you change your nickname so that way you can show off which class you support the most. As you can see, some of us have sorcerers, Vikings, pirates in your name. So, all right, guys. Good night. See you later.
Later, Jerry. It's up to me now to talk. I'll just keep checking questions, so if you guys have questions, I'll talk to you. Otherwise, I might just sit here and walk through this thought process. Unless Krista talks to me. She's in the background there hanging out.
Billy said he might go to Walmart tonight and grab an Oculus.
What do you mean, Mike? I told you like 3 days ago, order that shit on Amazon. You'd have it like this. If you ordered in the morning, you would have had it the same day. You don't like to listen, Nelly. Okay.
Yeah, but if he goes and gets it tonight, he can hang
Yes,
out
go
with
and get it tonight. What are you still hanging out here for? You could come. We'll take you around. You could explore, dude. We'll show you some cool stuff. If you get it tonight, you'll have some. Maybe you'll get some insider information.
you on version 5 now.
Yeah, something like that. It's funny because I'm like building. Like it's like almost like building in 3D space, right?
I think I like the shield.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm still working on it, right? It's a good idea. Okay, hold on. I'm getting ideas. I'm getting ideas.
What if the little lock latch thing was like vines that go into that portal? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that could be. I was almost gonna nix the latch too. I wasn't even sure at this point.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking of maybe nixing the latch. Right? Okay. So now what if I do one side large like that? And
Okay, so Wolf Spy said, "Is the Oculus worth it, or wait for the new one?" I don't know.
what do you mean the new one? We just bought 2, me and Krista. What new one? I don't know I don't know anything about a new one, but I'll tell you what, it's amazing, dude. It's insane. So personally, is it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it for us to get them now. We just got them. I don't know what new one's coming out. I mean, if that's going to be next year or sometime like that, it's like I couldn't wait because we have a lot of research to do. So I know about, like I was saying earlier, it wasn't about playing games in VR space. It was more about researching and understanding what we're going to be able to do with the project and kind of decide, getting ideas for the possibilities and what we're working on right now. So yeah, it was worth it, honestly. And for the price we paid for it, I mean, shit, dude. If a new one comes out in a year or 2 from now, I mean, yeah, I would get another one, I guess. Oh, so yeah, that's going to cut across like that. That makes sense. I got to double check my perspective sometimes too. And I don't got my shit straight. Okay.
And then Doug said, "Will I need Oculus, or will the PSVR work?" I don't.
I don't know, but okay. Here's the amazing thing too. you don't necessarily need an Oculus. Period. I think you'll be able to use your phone to join us in a lot of these things, but you won't actually be in the 3D space. So you can visualize it. You'll be able to see what's being created, but you won't be in there in the 3D space with us. From what I'm understanding, once again, these are things that are asked of the other members of the team. But us, it's very new, dude. Yesterday was our first day really spending any time in there and starting to understand.
I think as far as the world we're gonna build, it's gonna be in the Oculus. I think.
Right. It could, yeah. I don't. But they were saying even if it's if you don't have an Oculus, you'd still be able to go in, like see it on your phone.
But I don't think you can go in there on the PlayStation.
Right. Oh yeah. Right. I don't know if yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, Doug. I'm sorry.
We have the PlayStation 1 and we just bought Oculus.
For Oculi. Are they Oculi? Melly said they were Oculi. Yeah, multiples.
Yeah, Doug said I must be part of the multiverse. I'll buy both if I have to. Exactly. That's what we just did.
Dude, I didn't understand. I had such a limited understanding of the possibilities. Of what this holds, and then realizing that this is all possible now, my mind exploded, literally exploded. It's like, oh my god, I ran off with so many ideas of what now we need to make happen, and it's stuff that we can make happen now. It's not stuff that we have to wait for in the future. We have this amazing team that we're working with. Okay, all right. So I'm getting an idea. So wait a minute. Let's see. Let's see if we can start to build this. Bear with me on this one, but I'm getting an idea. Building this. All right, we're gonna have to lower this down so I can work on a new layer and work this shape up here. I want to work this shape out because this will be cool.
Okay, John said I think they can use PlayStation VR, so we're gonna have to, we'll figure that out.
Cool.
So we can let everybody know.
Yep, we'll be in the metaverse again tonight. If I don't pass out because I've been exhausted from all the work we've been doing.
He said if you can get Alt Space VR or VR Chat, those are apps. So if those are available on the PlayStation VR, then yes, you can use it. If they're not available, then you need the Oculus. Whole new world.
It's crazy.
You're almost 3 hours in.
And I have no book for anybody. That's okay. That's part of it, dude. I could spend a day or more sometimes just running through concept sketches. That's part of it. And you know what? The artists out there that always wonder or think, I just got to bang this out, or I got to get this done, or I'm having trouble with it, so I'm just going to settle for what I do. That's not part of the process for me. I will. If I had to spend 3 days alone just trying to get the conceptual art or even get that painted or finalize a drawing, just to get what I need, then that's what I'm going to do. So some of this time you might be boring where it's like, oh my God, we spent all this time and he didn't finish anything. Yeah, it's probably more frustrating for me than it is for you guys because now I know I'm going to spend another day doing this. But it's okay because I grow and I learn from it. So I kind of am liking this kind of like window here, and then we can, let's see. We start on this. No, let's start with the corner. One here, one on this side. Oh, you know what? Maybe let's
like
not
it.
go crazy with that, right? Let's put one in this corner here. One here like
Wolf
this.
Spy asked, the Quest 2. Yep, that's the ones we got. 128 or 256. We got the 256.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it, and they told me to buy them, so I just wasn't sure how much space games take up. You know, I just thought of like the
Yeah, you said,
PlayStation.
does it save on it or PC? It saves on it, right?
It saves on it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're starting right on. You don't need no PC. You don't need anything, dude. It's wild. All right. See, my rivets are not lined up properly.
And there's an app, so you download the app on your phone, and it connects to your Oculus. And you can download the apps on your phone, right? And it goes.
Yes, and you could download it right on your phone, and it will go onto your Oculus. But I think your phone needs to be near it, so that way then it Bluetooths it or whatever. We're still learning a lot about it. We literally got it 2 days ago, and yesterday was really the first time we got to exploring it. Nope, that's not good. You're going to need 2 rivets up here. That just makes more sense. 1 rivet there. You know what? And I know that some of these aren't even in the right place right now, so it's okay. It's really just building out the concept. This rivet does not go here. I don't like that. That's there. Let's get rid of that rivet there. And then we'll do it this
And
way.
Wolf Spy said thanks. Absolutely, man. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
We're all learning together.
Yeah, that's what's so exciting about this project, honestly. I'm just so excited to go through all of this together with all of you. So you're not alone. In the NFT space, in the art space, in any of it, you're not alone. We're all going to do this together. All right, so you can see some of my angles are off here. Okay, that's good. I'll correct those. There, which is like this. It's going to pose a problem there. It's going to pose there.
It's funny because I saw that, but I didn't want to.
No, it's all right. I have to just work through it. I just have to build a shape, and then I'll line
Yeah,
everything
that's
up.
why I didn't want to distract you from what you were working.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's why I always say you got to just trust me. It's like I have to
I do,
work
yeah.
through. I work through everything, but I have
You
to.
know what you're doing by now.
Yeah, I think a little bit. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I have no clue, and I'll figure it out as I go. That's the other thing, as artists, man. Everybody thinks, oh, you got it all figured out, and it's like absolutely not. I love to problem solve. I really love to work through processes that I don't fully understand. You know, look, I could always sit and work on drawing the easy things for me, things that don't challenge me, that I know I can bang out no problem. But I love things that are challenging. I can't remember the last time I had to draw a book like this or do any of that. So for me, this is such a huge challenge right now, and I love it. Gives me a chance to work on my perspective. The one thing that I always bust everybody's balls about, or chops, I should say. I don't know if we're keeping this PG-13. PG? I don't know what it is anymore. So I like that. That gives it a Viking element to it, right? Having that.
Yep.
And if that's the center, and then here's...
Check out those portals I sent you too. When you get
I will.
inside.
And then, so right through the center, it's going to go down, which means that if we build from there, okay. So there, that's how we're going to build that like that. I'll check. Let me check out the portals. Krista sent me.
They're in the
Emailed me.
working part.
Okay.
Portals.
Portals. working out full. We share a lot of files back and forth. Did you name them portals? You did. Oh, that's cool. Cool. All right. I'll have fun with that. That's a last element. I'll probably just spend a whole ton of time just working on. Yeah, I may go to Best Buy tomorrow. What do you mean? Melly, go tonight. It's 8 o'clock. They close it.
That was Wolf Spy.
No. Melly says I may. Oh, Wolf Spy. Okay, you could go tomorrow. Wolf Spy. That's cool. Melly, you can't go tomorrow.
Yeah, he said if he doesn't get it tonight, you'll shun him.
I will shun him. Oh, not Wolf. Wolf, you're cool. All right, so let me see. I really did want to throw some branches, like vines and stuff. And I like the little tails that come out of these books. Let's build. Let's see if I like this. Music is just grooving. No, that's not my pick. Should probably go down to here. So quiet. It's because I'm not listening to myself talk, I guess.
We're all watching you create this book. It's awesome.
It's weird. Don't everybody stare at me. You've watched me create how many books already did we draw?
I know. John's boys are watching.
Oh, okay.
They said we love this.
Awesome.
Yeah, little fans. Billy said it's like a campfire. That's how I feel too.
What do you mean?
We're all sitting around a campfire.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Melly, why don't you come in here and talk to us?
Now everybody's in the mood for s'mores.
Getting kind of hungry, too. Yeah.
And I had to eat.
I know. I smell the food you're eating.
Couldn't do it anymore.
I know. Mike will get to eat later. It's all right. Yeah. I wonder, look, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I get these ideas, and then, you know what? Let's try it. Let's see. I don't know how well it's going to work or not. Let's see. What if we did something like this? Because it's on a lot of the weapons, right?
Yeah, a little scroll work in there.
Yeah, what if we do something like that? No, I'm going the wrong direction. What am I doing? Trying to get fancy there. I can't get fancy. I want it to be, actually, let's make it thicker. So if it's deeper. Right, and then we can put some crazy, scroll work in here. Or something, which we can detail out later. That might work. Or some kind of rune. Oh, I could put like a Viking rune, a 3D Viking rune in here. That might be cool. Do that there. Oh, what if it's like a glowing Viking? What if these runes in here glow too? All right, no, I'm gonna look up. I know there's some cool Viking runes. So what if there's this and then these sections of it glow as well?
I'm gonna find Viking runes.
Not right now, but yeah, you know what? You could find them. I don't need them this second.
Right.
We're gonna decide, but yeah, find some that maybe will be good symbols for the Battle Buddies world. I could do them hovering, glowing, almost like. Oh, I can make that glass too, like some kind of glass. Yeah. I think that'd be cool too. That line needs to go away so don't confuse me later.
We gotta get Sean Foy in here one night.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. He's awesome. I love hanging out with him. I'm gonna make this because that's what I do. Oh, you know what? One minute. Oh, okay. And so this comes out here. So then essentially this should. No, that's the corner. It goes right into the corner of this. Oh, so if that's the loop there, then this has to go here. Right, I didn't never see what I did there, right? Because I wrapped this around, that one I didn't. So that means that this has to be that thick, so I can't do that. I was making this like one of those MC Escher staircases. I don't know what I was thinking on that, on there. But I don't want book cover that thick. I know you like it like that when I do that. Okay, so maybe I will make it like that, but then I'm gonna have to do the bottom one like that too.
Yes, I love it.
Okay. All right. I kind of wanted to add levels to it or something.
Keep getting lost watching you draw, forgetting them.
The runes. No, it's the book cover that determines the bottom line. It's the book cover that determines the bottom line, like this. It's gonna go
Okay,
to
so I
here.
think Doug did some research on the PlayStation VR. Said not 100%, but looks like you can't get those apps on there.
Okay, you can't.
Right. So he said, guess I'll begin an Oculus.
It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it to submerge yourself in the Battle Bunnies universe with us, man. I'm honestly, we have a PSVR and we never touch it because of the work involved with setting that stupid thing up, putting that giant thing on your head, having all those wires and all of
Yeah,
that
the
stuff.
Oculus, I mean, you literally just put it on.
Yeah, and we just sat yesterday, like on the couch. We were sitting next to each other on the couch, just journeying through these worlds.
And I played with the PlayStation 1 and thought it was cool, whatever. The Oculus, I don't know if PlayStation has stuff like that, but like I was speechless last night. Like the whole time I was like a little kid. Like it was incredible.
I'm gonna make this bigger. Could honestly just wrap this down like this too, and just do this instead.
Cool. I don't know if I gave you this reference, but there's a book with like mushrooms growing on it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Did I give you that one?
I don't know. I don't know if you did or not. So we can do that, and then that one goes down, and then this one goes under.
It's got the roots on it like you were gonna do, and some leaves on it. I love that idea.
Maybe. Okay, so yeah, I just changed the whole thickness of all of this now. And this should have a softer, rounder edge like that. Alright, we're gonna have to clean this up a little bit now. Let's start cleaning up a little bit so I can make a little more sense of this. This one is.
Melly wants to play golf on Oculus. He could play with John and Mike.
Oh yeah, they play golf. They have
Every
morning
morning.
meetings playing golf. Nelly. Oh, my thing is saving. I shall be right back. I will rub my dog's belly for a second. I have an idea. What if the cover of the book was bark?
I was gonna say that a few minutes ago. But I didn't know how you were gonna feel about it. But when you were making it thicker and you said something about maybe there's levels to it or whatever you said,
Okay.
I thought the same thing. So
All right. Let's play. Hold on. I'm going back onto the old layer. Let's just see if this works out. Hold on. So if I could do something like this. That way it doesn't have to have any shape. I could just do like, let me see something. And then I can maybe pull it like that. You can thin it.
I'm even more obsessed with it now.
And it would be like wood bark.
Yeah.
Right? Hold on, I gotta figure out this. I kind of want this crazy like angle coming at you, like here, like this. And then going back like that, and then maybe it goes up a little bit.
And that shield opening is like carved into it, right?
Yeah, well, yes, because that's the portal.
Yeah.
Right, so then maybe it comes out like this. Okay, all right. And so then this would be wood too. So then
This
now
is it.
this is going to be thick like that. Let me see. I think just so. All right. And then I could just start to do that, and then this would be the pages, right? Pages. Okay, let's go back onto this layer now. And then I could figure out where I want to put I could create different layers of bark texture like this. Right?
Yeah, it looks awesome. Then you don't need the vines, right?
What? No, I'll put vine. I'll figure out now where to put vines. But now it'll make more sense. It's now just like I don't want to get too crazy detailing this now. But I just want to kind of build some shapes.
No.
I can make this part go up in front of the metal there. This part go under the metal there. This part go on the side there, like that.
Doing some magical stuff, right?
And this part of the metal will have to come above that so we don't create a tangent there. Right, Melly? No tangents. Okay.
Wolf Spy's going to play in the snow in his new formula.
Awesome, sir.
It says 39 degrees up.
Damn, dude. But you know what? When it's snowing and cold, it's not so bad. I kind of miss the cold. Like that. All right. I think I now at least have a little more of a path of what. Yeah, the pages would be there. Okay.
Thanks for hanging out, Wolf.
Yep, you go have some fun.
And just a big thank you to everybody tuning in, watching this on replay, hanging out with us at Discord. We love you guys. We wouldn't be doing any of this, we wouldn't be able to do anything if there wasn't a community joining us, it wouldn't be any fun.
Absolutely. You are 100% right on that one.
We're doing this for you,
Yeah, it's essentially we want to be able to to do all of this and then have nobody to experience or enjoy it with. It's the hell's the point, right? You know what if we put this part down?
That's why we want you guys to tell us, you know, what you want to see, what you want
That's not
for the
correct.
future, all that stuff. We're gonna set up that DAO, you know, after we met, where you guys can actually vote and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, you know, just tell us. Tell us what kind of merch you want, all that stuff. Don't be shy.
Yep.
We're super shy, Steve. You can't,
Yeah, I don't usually go doing that
can't
now.
be shyer than us.
Now the way it works out, I'm going to have to take that shield and actually move it over. Watch this.
Doing some surgery.
You gotta step back and look at my navigator. And it's gonna wind up sitting there. It becomes more the center, I think. Yeah, it's a little adjustments here now. And if you guys wonder why I constantly look over at my at you guys, I'm not really looking at you guys. I have another monitor with my navigator from this program where I could see the artwork at a different scale, which helps me kind of look and see where I'm at or what I might need to tweak or fix. So I might need to take some of this back, right? Just to pull that shield out. And do that. I think that looks a little better now.
Putting the rooms together.
Cool. Thank you, Krista. And I see that piece of wood there. Not necessarily. I can pull that off. I throw the layers there.
Oh my god, Doug said Battle Bunny onesie merch like a badass Ralphie from a Christmas story.
Onesie?
That would be so
I
cute.
can wear. I don't see why not. Different battle bunnies.
Floppy ears and little
Oh my
tail.
god. Yes.
That would be cool to do the different like skins, like the cheetah,
Yes.
tiger. Yeah, that's a good one, Doug.
Alright, so I like the bark on it.
I love it. I wanted to say it, but then I didn't want to be too. I'm already throwing my.
Well, maybe I read your mind. Maybe I just read your mind.
All worked out here.
Yep. We're going to get them to 3D model this after.
Be cool to have that in the VR.
Yep. That's
space,
exactly
and
what I was
how-
thinking.
That's how you get into.
Yep. You go right up to the portal of the book, or you open up the Grimoire and then you port yourself into the world. I like that. I'm going to talk to them tonight about that. If we were doing like building a VR world in 3D where like you could go and all that. If we were doing that, that would be an awesome way to get into the world, right? Don't you agree? I agree.
Yeah, and then once Jesse builds out Carcaeus,
Yes.
you know, the Grimoire will be there. And so if you're hanging out in Carcaeus, you can come hang out in Battle Bunnies universe. We need a name for
All right. I'm not going to be able to
Battle
take
Bunnies
that.
universe too.
Yep. No.
The Bunnyverse?
The Bunnyverse.
That's not just bunnies.
No, it's not just bunnies. But you see, that's what I think they were asking me yesterday in the meeting. They were saying, like, the Battle Bunnies universe, and it's like, well, okay, so in a sense, yes, because the first story, everything is revolving around the Battle Bunnies, right? This is where it starts, so it is their universe. Even though there's otters and squirrels and like samurai squirrels, like all these other animals and armies and military, they're all tied together. But who rules the universe now, or the Battle Bunnies? The main source of the magic and all that is the Viking Battle Bunnies. So yes, it is the Battle Bunnies universe. Okay.
My God, John just sent you the selfie that Mike took of us last night in VR.
Oh my.
I love it. I gotta dye my hair like that. Gotta match my avatar.
All right. So I think
Like the base now, huh?
yes, I think that's where we're gonna go. But now, what this book lacks, and I'll tell you all now because it bugs me. What I think it lacks is movement, right? So I'm going to create a new layer. I need movement. I need something. I want some vines, something to be coming out of, maybe coming out of the pages or something.
Yes.
Like, don't mind if I get... Yes.
My thought earlier was just that, like the vines are keeping the book shut. If that makes sense.
Well, then I'd have to wrap them around.
Not like all the way around, but like instead of the latch. Like the vines are keeping it contained. Like
There's still more I want to add. I kind of want to create this something binding here. I want to create this. Not sure what, but I want to create some kind of cool binding here like this.
let me look at the bunnies.
I don't know, but I do want to add vines like this. And then, yeah, the thoughts. Since it's so quiet and it's just me and you talking, I do want to.
Maybe part of it's fur.
Furry? The hell would be furry?
Maybe it has a fur trim or something. Just throwing stuff out.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Maybe there's an arrow as a bookmark in there.
Trying to.
Horn somewhere. wand in there.
Hold on. That changes angle. It'll be down here, right? This pipe will run down to here. And then this other piece will run there. I want to create tangents here on this corner. Some kind of like side piece like that. And this would not stick out that much there. I don't know, some kind of swivel or like hinge or something that looks like that, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see this part here. And then have the thicker part here. I'll have to work this out here like this. But like some kind of like swivel hinge or something,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that holds that's attached to the metal.
Yeah. Reminds me of that chocolate show we watched. Remember they had the
hinge, yeah.
lathe
Yes.
they were carving the chocolate on?
I gotta figure out
The
that.
word you use all the time, lathe.
Lathe, yeah. Let's figure out this
Yeah, that looks really
attachment.
cool. Maybe it could be a horn instead of a spike?
What do you mean a horn instead of a
Like
spike?
the Viking helmet horn?
Okay, all right,
coming up.
all right. Yes, maybe. Maybe then I wouldn't start them from there, but maybe I would then like that, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Gives a little more movement.
Yeah, right. Okay, so maybe like that. We get rid of this thing here, this spike here. Shh, gone. Okay. So and then it would attach to this, so it's almost like the horn, the Viking thing there, and then I would do that to this horn here. Yeah. So what you guys see now is the concept of us building all of this, but then, and I know this does not have to be symmetrical on this end of it. I think this could kind of, yeah, and then what I could do here is there's a strap in the middle of the Viking helmet that goes across in the set,
Yes.
and we could put that there or something like that.
Yes. That's cool.
So I'll have to figure this piece out tomorrow. I am, you know, and we're going to spend some time together, guys, tomorrow. Hopefully you'll join us back and we could work out the rest of this process and maybe get the whole thing kind of sketched out, driven out. Yep, I'm losing my perspective here. So this is not right. That's not right. So yeah, what I'll do tomorrow is lower the layers on this and really work out the perspective of this thing with the horns there. Those little Viking horns. Which kind of, I guess, works as a hinge for the book.
I love it.
And then I am going to put vines because I really, really do want to create this wild movement of
That green will be nice.
yeah, exactly, the green and the leaves. Maybe there'll be like leaves that come off and these vines. Maybe they come out. It's like bookmarks. The vines that come out of the pages, like that, like this. Or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Maybe little ones here like this. And that'll also give us reasons to split the pages open to the book.
I love it.
Okay. All right, guys. So I think it's 8:30 now. I think I'm gonna call it a night with you guys, but we will be back tomorrow afternoon. I'm not sure exactly what time. But it will be earlier in the day. I think. Let me see. I talked to John. I think he's going to be joining. I think we talked about 1 or 2 p.m. tomorrow. So that way we could give people who have a different schedule, different time zone, access to come in and join us as well. Look, see, if I don't stop, I'll never stop, man. This is what I do. This is what happens to me all the time. So I'll just look
Billy
and
said
say,
he's heading home, stopping at Walmart on the way.
good man. Get that shit set up, buddy. And we'll see you in there.
Thanks for tuning in, Melly.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in and spending your time with us. Really appreciate it. We know nobody has to come here and spend these hours with us and all of that. And
Yeah, it's a lot of fun reading the comments and connecting with everybody.
and I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. We'll do that. We'll figure this. We'll
Said you
figure
were
it
going to
out.
call it. Liz.
I'm calling it, guys. Okay, so
Do
let's
it.
save the file. We're going to save the file. All right, we're saving it. It is the Grimoire file. And tomorrow, thanks for watching me draw 6 different books. And finally, not finishing the last one, but I think we locked down a good concept. And we're going to flow with it tomorrow and really see where we can take this. I'm just excited to color it. The color palette I already have in my head, so I'm excited about that, and I look forward to it. So thank you guys, and I hope you join us tomorrow around somewhere between 1 or 2 p.m. But we'll let you all know on our Discord, so please come and join our Discord if you're not there. Otherwise, you'll see it on Facebook and Instagram and everything else. Thank you guys, and have a
Good
great
night,
night.
everybody.
Night.